Hey guys, how's it going? We're live on the Archie.
Hey,
Luxury.
Hey,
hey. So, guys, we're live
Archie.
on the,
Archie. Archie.
I gotta tell you.
Really?
Archie. I can't. Archie.
I gotta tell you something, man. I gotta tell you, I'm mucking around with a barbecue before Christmas. I got some relatives coming over for Christmas. It's at my house this year.
From the old country? They're coming from the old country?
No. But anyhow, I'm getting the smoker. You know smoking? You know.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I'm having a trial run today. So I put my good shirt on. I put my Herman Sow shirt on, and then the wife says, "Can you get the old barbecue?" And I thought, "Hey, I gotta change." So I took my Rolex off. Always take your Rolex off if you're doing shit in the garage. And
yes,
it's covered.
Yeah, or playing on skateboards.
Exactly. It's covered in fucking cobwebs and shit and dirt. Then I had to get the fire starters, and guess what happened? I burnt my hand. Okay, you know what happened?
Oh.
So, you know those fire cubes, those fire lighters, right?
Yeah.
She goes, "Oh, but I got this new flame torch." And all you do is you press it, and the thing fucking explodes on fire. And I had it in my hand because normally it's slow, right? And I burnt my fucking hand. My hand got all burnt because it goes, boom, oh, fuck, it's hot. You know what I mean? So then what happened is I put so I got the fire. So I got a special tube which actually helps you light it. You know what I mean? Because otherwise it's a special ventilation thing. You know what I mean?
You don't want to pass out sniffing that stuff. You'll end up killing yourself.
You know that it's a special. It's a metal thing which actually is where you put the fire lighters on there. Then you put the charcoal in, and it aerates it. It gets the fire going. Otherwise, if you put it into the barbecue, they'll just go out because they don't.
It's a blast furnace, basically.
Yeah. So anyhow, guess what happens? I put all the charcoal in, and then the fire goes out. So I've got to fucking unload the whole fucking thing.
What a bitch!
Right. So at the moment, in 7 minutes, I got to go outside and in 7 minutes, I got to go outside and actually put these fucking cubes into the barbecue. Does that make sense? Fucking hell.
Fuck, it's a disaster. It's a disaster.
Oh, by the way, Plastic, you can come over and see me on Monday if you like.
Yeah, we'll have lunch. We'll get some wonton.
No,
my
wife's working. My wife's working. She's got to go to work, right?
All right, we'll get some crispy chicken and wonton.
Yeah, we get some
crispy chicken and wonton.
Just buy one of these.
I tell you what I'm going to have. Okay, we're going to have rice paper rolls.
Rice paper rolls.
Wonton, and I'm going to get crispy skin chicken. It was so amazing.
It's pronounced
crispy chicken wonton.
So tell me, you got Coleman?
Archie,
that's like a cheap brand. Coleman in my country.
Archie, I'll call back in soon, man. I'll call back in soon. Listen, I tried to get on Timmy's show. I'm trying to get tea and tickers onto your show. Timmy wouldn't let me on. The fucker. The fucking cunt wouldn't let me on his show.
Oh, just hang on. He did promote my show at the end there, but I'll ask him about
all I want to do is coach tea and tickers. I want to get tea and tickers to you. He's a star. Tea and tickers watching.
I want to get tea and tickers. I think if we can get tea and tickers going, it'll be amazing. Tim writes.
We want tea and tickers on the Archie show.
$2. Tim writes, cable are a disgrace. Watch him, Arch. Tim writes, cable. Tim writes, what? Cable?
See you soon, Archie. I'll jump back on later. See you, brother. Bye.
Cabal.
So we've got Coleman brand stuff in Australia. That's like Kmart sells that. Walmart sells that.
So this is just a
propane cylinder.
Propane cylinder, yeah, and then.
If you put those into a barbecue, they explode.
Yeah, no, but you can use this to light this is what I use to light my pellets in my
Super
barbecue.
Chat's broken. Bear Clooney watches $2. Super Chat broken. What the fuck?
Ask him if Bear, are you on
Send the links for Bear.
Super Chat doesn't work on my iPad on the app anymore. I don't know what's up.
Oh, fuck. You know, I got to tell you guys, seriously. I gotta tell you, man, seriously, what's going on as far as, let me say this to you. I'm just going to check I always unblock people every day, unblock. There's some really nasty, yes.
Archie, I have a disaster to tell you, disaster, basically. I think.
Hello, Bear.
Looks like it's broken. Oh no! It seems it's not broken.
Mr. Perpetual, $5. Testing.
Good. It's just a cheap Fikers. It's not.
What's happened? What disaster have you got? Get to the point, Marcelo. What disaster?
Disaster is that it goes like this. My wife is crazy about me losing the weight, and she signed me in a course that I'm getting. I'm getting 1 week training for free to test. And here is the disaster. The training is from 9 o'clock in the morning, I guess, till 11. This is you live stream time.
Oh, that's okay.
You take me. I'm going to disappear for a whole week, I think.
Lone Star Watch Collector, $1. Thank you, Lone Star. Anyhow, Bear.
Paul,
Yes.
actually, no, I'm not joking. ER actually says that Super Chat doesn't work on her phone either. I don't know, ER, if you ever actually super chatted before on a phone and it worked, or it just doesn't work
Yeah, I
from
don't
that
know if
platform.
it's something with Apple's latest. I don't know what, but it doesn't work on my iPad in the app. If she goes, if she watches it on YouTube.com, then I can do it. But with the app, it won't work. I don't know. I don't know why. Something on
This
Apple's
is
end.
not good at all.
I thought that it's just a joke, but apparently there is a problem. Oh no,
For
she says
me,
it
there
never.
is.
Yeah, she says it never worked on her phone. So it's probably just an issue. To be honest with you, Archie, I tried super chatting from my phone before, and for me on the phone it doesn't work either. Why? I don't know. So
It
just
did
so you're
work
in a
for a
loop.
while though.
I
Like
don't know.
I don't know.
Anthony
few weeks ago.
Napatano, $2. Not broken. Need to up your game.
Oh, Anthony Napolitano giving it to us, Paul.
We got Pavel. Marcel, 5-minute mute. Thank you.
Thank you, Pavel.
And Buck Rogers, $2 for tea and tickers poaching fund. How can we get tea and tickers on, Bear?
How can we get tea and tickers on?
Yes.
What
I've
do you
looked
mean
at the
how?
talent on Tim's stream, and the only
Okay.
person I want is tea and tickers. How do I get tea and tickers on my stream?
He watches your stream. Just invite him when I see him
Tea
in the
and
chat.
tickers, we want you. By the way, Bear, I had a nasty barbecue accident before.
What happened? Did
So
we
I had-
cover all the super chats before you
Okay, super
start?
chats. Win chicken winner dinner $4.50. Just got offered a Smurf today from the AT. Refused it. Already have the two-tone black dial. People say I'm mad to refuse. Is that the world we live in now? Look, be honest with you, it's a lot of money.
Actually, this is one of the rare watches that's not selling much over retail,
and
so
it's a
no,
lot of
you're not-
money.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
I was offered. He's talking about not the Smurf, but the blueberry, or what they call it, Cookie
Now, I'm
Monster.
just going to go to the barbecue. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I got to put the barbecue coals.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay. So to answer to chicken winner dinner, I don't really blame you, because the only way I would take that watch is actually if I am loving it. From the perspective as the good buy, that watch is on equal level to yellow gold sub, which is also not the great buy from the perspective of the value. So it really kind of matters on that. And I seen Lone Star's $1 or something super chat. I don't know if Archie covered that. Thank you, Lone Star, much appreciated. And if we have missed anyone else's super chats, please let us know. And yes, ER, I agree. T and Ticker is a wonderful guy. I like him on the Team Right live stream. He's unique. He was also appearing. I watched him on the Mr. Thorpe's live stream. Very interesting guy, nice guy, genuinely interested in watches, not flexing, not show off. And a lot of people like him. So yeah, I don't blame Archie.
You know, I'll say this, Bear, that Paul Thorpe, now that you mention it, he is a genuine and honest, and he is an honest guy, and if you don't believe him, he'll tell you himself.
Well, the way I look at it, he's a businessman. Okay, even when he started his channel, he was clearly saying that he wants to make it profitable, or it doesn't make sense for him to do it. So yeah, okay, you know what? I don't watch much of him except live streams, because I find live streams more interesting. He pretends to be insider on the Rolex story and so on, because that's a very good clickbait. However, I don't dislike him. I don't hate him. None of that. And I'm happy and appreciative that he invited Archie and is providing him accommodation for the London Watch Show. So he recognizes Archie's value, Archie's entertainment value. And I know you have a concern that they might actually mock him or try to make a fun of him, and so do I. But I think Archie is much smarter than that, and I think he will be able to really show it to them what he's all about.
My so ER is saying I was accused of being racist yesterday. How? In what way was I being racist?
I don't know. What is ER saying?
I don't know. Someone said that I was being. I would be happy to apologize if I said something. I'm not aware of me saying anything racist yesterday.
Neither am I. I was on a show yesterday. I don't remember any racist remarks. I mean, we had a little bit of a fun, jokes and so on. If somebody can actually point to us.
Yeah, let me know what I said. I'd be happy to address it.
People sometimes say things. Did you call someone Diego? Diego is our guy.
I did call someone a Dago, which is a that means Italian, and I am Italian. So it was one Italian calling another Italian a Dago. So
That's okay.
that's racist, and I did say it.
Okay, yeah. That was with the gentleman from New York, the one that was showing watch, which we are questioning if it's a real watch or not. I forgot his name. Okay, yeah. Well, okay, apologies about that. I mean,
yeah. You know what? I'll say that. Yeah, it's if it offended anyone, I apologize. I will say I'm a Dago myself. So it was one Dago calling another Dago a Dago. And by the way, I had no clue whether or not that watch was fake or not. I was just trying to get a rise out of him. But that guy was flexing like a minute into the stream, so he probably deserved it. He was literally flexing his arms.
To be very honest with you, I think he had a fun as well. So I don't think he was. He never gave me the impression that he was hurt or insulted or anything of that nature. However, it is a wrong term. So thank you. Okay, we acknowledge. We have Pavel's super chat. Thank you, Pavel. Here we go. I just lost it. I apologize. Oh my God. Where am I? Ron, explain your use of Italian slur against the guy with the diamond encrusted master, which you just did, correct?
I just did, yeah. Guys, I'm Italian, and as far as I'm aware, Italians are white people, and we're not a protected, oppressed class. So I think it's okay.
Okay. Thanks for acknowledging mistake. Lone Star Watch Collector. Lone Star Watch Collector. Thank you very much, sir, for your super chat. My understanding is you use the term Dago.
Yes.
And an Italian guy in one of our chats didn't like it. Undertaker was the user. Yeah, I know Undertaker. He's often in Tim Wright's chat and also in our chat, and he's a wonderful guy. So if you don't want to extend your apology to him personally, it's up to you.
No, I don't want to. I think I explained myself, and I hope that the explanation is sufficient. I don't want to apologize, though. I don't think it warrants an apology.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'm surrounded with Italians. My partners are Italians. My best friends are Italians. I have. If there is a group of people that I am mostly connected with, they are not actually people of my background. They are predominantly Italian people, and we use this terminology that you use quite often as a joke, as a tease, as the something. I think sometimes it really matters how you use it, in what context. We tend to be sometimes overly sensitive, and also sometimes we use mistakes to attack. So
also Italians were never slaves in America, right? So
people just like to call other people out on this kind of shit.
Okay, where were we, guys? I'm back. Where are we now?
Yeah. So
super
so
chats.
I would say,
where are the super chats?
I
hey,
kind of
Arch,
covered
I'm
them
gonna
all,
refresh my stream because something happened, so I'll be in the back.
Okay.
Whatever.
Paul, I covered them all. If you want to go at the next one, which is New Jersey Addictive Guy, can you start from there, please? And thank you. New Jersey Addictive Guy.
Okay. New Jersey. Just hang on there. Just get finding it. It's.
That's the one. That's the next one that we were supposed to address, because otherwise it's out of context. If you now
Okay.
go back to the previous super chat, it would not make sense.
Okay. Okay, we
New
did
Jersey
that Smurf.
addictive guy.
Okay, just hang on. I gotta find it. We did Pavel. Ron, explain. Okay, we did that one.
Yeah, we did that. We explained. We
Lone
apologized.
Star. Oh yeah.
We did that.
N
We did that.
NI addictive guy,
Yes.
£4.50. Paul Thorpe's son was jailed for selling fake Rolexes, Ludgate watches. I'm glad everyone loves Paul and thinks. Well, look, just hang on a minute there, okay? For starters, look, I don't want to get involved in this type of debate. What someone's son
I
does
don't
compared
blame
to
you,
him
Archie.
is completely different. The other thing is too, look, it's not my business. He didn't actually go to jail. I think he got a suspended sentence. Okay, so let's get the facts right. And the other thing is, guys, it's not my. I got nothing against Paul. Okay,
Nothing,
people
nothing.
make mistakes all the time. Look how I mean, I've made mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. I don't really want to bring it up. It's not my issue. It's not my dog. It's not my turd.
You just
okay?
want to talk
I don't want to
watches.
get him.
You just want to talk watches.
You know what? He's not even a dealer now. He just does things.
He's a very, very smart businessman, no question about
Yeah.
it. And he is
Yeah.
doing a very profitable YouTube channel. He's got great sponsors.
Yeah.
He
And I mean,
organizes
look,
watch meets. So there you go.
Paul's been really nice to me. And
Mhm.
you know what? It's not my axe to grind. I'm not in the selling business. Anyhow, you know, Bear, what else can we say there?
Nothing. The only one more thing I would add is, why would father be blamed for what son did and vice versa? Those are two
Exactly.
different people. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
He had literally nothing to do with that. And that
Well,
ends it.
if he did have something to do with it, why wasn't he charged then? You know, they
Correct,
have the
Paul.
court system. This isn't the means to get vendettas. I don't understand the facts. All I know is that he's a nice guy. He's been really cool to me. And the sins of the son, man, my sons have done fucking embarrassing things. Jesus Christ. I mean,
Okay, Paul.
next
super
one,
chat.
Madman, $2. I'm Italian and couldn't care less. Yeah, we don't want to insult anybody. We don't really want to insult anyone, Bear, do we? You know what I mean? Like,
No, Archie, but we also are not going to be some kind of snowflakey channel where people are scared to even joke or say things in a way they see it. Let's be
You were going,
frank.
I'm Italian. I'm an Italian American. I called another Italian American a slur. And even if I were an Italian American, it's not like Italians were slaves in America. We seem to be doing pretty well.
Look,
you know?
the thing is this. I got to tell
Artie
you
Lang
this.
always used that word on Howard, and they never said
Wow,
shit about
but
it. So.
look. I got to be honest with you, okay? If you are Italian, you're allowed to throw shit at your own race.
Well, it's not even a race.
I'm allowed to
It's
criticize the Ukrainians. Okay.
Paul. Let's understand. It's a context that matters. It's really context that matters. If it's a banter, if it's a way of doing things to create some type of. Ron was getting guy.
He was
trying
flipping
to get a guy.
him shit in good fun.
Yeah, and I don't think, actually, I know the guy and I'm connected with him on Instagram, and he had no issue with this. The only person that expressed the concern is the Undertaker, which is a nice guy, good supporter.
Speaking of Italian, I got some Italian gossip for you in a minute.
Okay.
Lone Star watch collector, $2. Most Italian slurs aren't taken seriously anymore.
Yeah, it sounds like Undertaker's a fucking baby.
No. Honestly, that's not the case. The guy is a cool guy. I actually know Undertaker from many super chats. He's not a snowflake or anything. I think what bothered him, he is.
Can I read you an email that came in, a confidential email?
Sure.
It came in 1 hour ago.
Okay.
Just wanted to let you know I'm still undercover. But there isn't much interesting going on. There isn't much interesting goings on in JJ's WhatsApp. It's as boring as his streams. Only thing remotely interesting is that JJ decided to audit the group membership. And he's auditing there was a screenshot sent, doesn't say much. It just says, hey guys, a little PSA, what's a PSA? Public service announcement.
Yep.
Monday will be going over all paid members on YouTube. Please make sure you've renewed before Monday if you want to continue in the group. Afterwards, I'll be adjusting members of this group accordingly. Thank you so much for your continued support. It means a lot. There you go. And would we welcome JJ back on our stream here, Bear?
That's up to you. Your stream. I don't have.
You're in charge, Bear. It's not me.
No. I mean,
I'm just the mouthpiece.
I was very. What's these sounds? What the heck is going on?
That's plastic.
Oh, okay.
Plastic's got a complaint. He wants to talk to you about a complaint.
Sure. The only person that I'm asking you not to bring to your live stream is dog trainer. That's it. The rest.
And Clive. And Clive also.
And Clive also.
JJ,
Exactly.
come back.
Listen, guys. Listen. I'm half Chinese myself. I'm half Italian. I'm half Ukrainian. I'm half Yugoslav. It doesn't bother me. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care, honestly. All right? I don't give a shit what you call me. Just don't call me late for dinner.
By the way, Plastic, you cannot be 4 halves. You can only be 4 quarters.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm a quarter Italian. I'm a quarter Chinese. I'm a quarter Ukrainian. I'm a quarter Yugoslav. There you go. How's that?
That quarter is my favorite quarter.
Plastic is definitely big enough to be 4 halves.
Here we go. Cole, $5. I like Paul. My son followed me into my industry. There's no way I wouldn't be aware of what he's doing. Paul's mistake was saying he was look, to be honest with you, Combe, what do I care? I'm not the police. Okay? I like Paul. I like Paul Thorpe. I like him. It's not for me to tell him to be a father. I mean, fuck me dead. If I'm going to start throwing stones about his parenting techniques, holy shit. Let me
You want to hear some parenting techniques? My 12-year-old son is in the car listening to this show right now. Okay?
Hi,
so let's not talk about parenting techniques, okay?
You know what? I heard
just very quickly, Plastic is really upset. Hey, just 1 minute. I want to make this announcement quickly because I want Bear to fix it. Plastic wasn't allowed on Tim's stream. Tim wouldn't put him on.
Why?
All I want to do is, I'm a big TNTickers fan. I just wanted to say, hi TNTickers, I love your work. I saw you on the Paul Thorpe show. I'd love you to come to Archie's show because I think Archie's show would be really, really enhanced if we had TNTickers on. He's funny. He's, you know, he's got a good personality.
We'll ask him. We will ask him. We will absolutely ask him. I see.
I wish Woody would come back, man. I haven't seen Woody in a while. I don't know if I heard he's a good guy.
I just want to talk watches.
Have you?
Yeah. Hey, I'll reach out to Woody. I'll see if Woody wants to come on later. How's that sound?
Thanks,
Plastic.
I
love Woody. Woody's my favorite. I love Woody.
If he's in that car with your kid, watch out.
I gotta tell you, Bear.
Let's leave that one there.
Here we go. Girl stuck in Trapper John's basement, $2. No, Trapper John found me again. Help.
Get in there or I'll get the hose again.
Oh, Lord.
And we got Maldives. Love the Maldives. £4.50. Arch, is JJ still buying a Jean? 45% increase in rates for Jeans at boutiques. Hey, man,
he's very in love with the Jean, and I think he will proceed with that because I think that's one of his grails. He's very much. If I'm betting man, and I am betting man, I would say he's gonna get a Jean for sure. For sure.
I don't really care.
Okay.
You know that?
All right, fair enough.
I feel used by JJ. He didn't even say happy birthday to me.
Okay.
And when I lost my temper, he went and showed the screenshots to his group. Look, you know what? I encourage him to stream.
Everybody.
I encourage everybody to stream. Merry Christmas, fakers. Madman.
Is it Friday Funday? Is it Friday Funday?
It's Friday Funday for you Americans.
Well, come on,
Madman,
everybody. Super
$10.
chat for Friday Funday.
Arch, haven't been able to catch the show much lately. Just sent you a PayPal to join the WhatsApp. Thank you, sir. By the way, Sirocco sales, $5. Plastic, leave your Woody alone when you're driving.
Oh, that's tawdry.
Oh,
That's tawdry
Sirocco.
humor,
That's a bit rude. That's a bit
Ryan
rude,
Vlogs
Sirocco.
Live,
A link for
$2.
Sirocco. Put a link for Sirocco to jump on.
Yeah, I love Sirocco. We want the Sirocco one.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
We whist watch check. You know what? I took my watch off because I was mucking around with this barbecue. I hate barbecues. You know that?
Are you putting shrimp on there?
No, I'm actually smoking a chicken.
Oh, all right.
Do you know anything about smoking chickens?
Not a clue.
JJ knows all about smoking chickens.
I knew that was happening.
Ask JJ. Ask JJ. Ask JJ.
Sorry, Plastic, was that a bit harsh?
Yeah, yeah.
Here we go. We got
Oh, it's all good,
absolute
man.
ball,
It's all funny. It's all fun. It's all good. I love it.
$1.
I love it.
Hey, Sirocco, when are you flying off, man?
Thursday,
Thursday. Oh, the 23rd.
23rd. I leave I fly out of
Fuck.
Sydney
23rd.
on 11 a.m. on Thursday, the 23rd.
So when do you land in LA then?
Sirocco, Sirocco, a mate of mine in Mexico, a bloke called Jose. Sirocco, a mate of mine in Mexico, a guy called Jose. He'd like you to bring back a suitcase for him when you leave.
Yeah,
is that all right, mate?
I got that message, yeah. There's a couple of guys. There's Jose and another Jose.
Don't grab Hose B's suitcase.
Yeah. I land in Cancun at 8:30 p.m.
Thanks, man.
Archie, you're missing two on the top. Don't start
here
with
we
the
go.
last one.
I did Ryan Vlogs Live, and we did Absolute Ball.
We wish check. You did that. Okay, Absolute Bore. Okay.
Yep, you betcha. We do them all. We do them all.
All
Here we
right.
go. We've got Me Too, $5. Sirocco made his millions as Picasso before he became known as Captain Concrete Johnson. Do you get that joke? I don't get it.
I think that's something to do with Plastic leaving his Woody alone when driving.
Okay.
You know, Sirocco, you and I were talking about this yesterday, and we're in the comments. But I think if you had to take your boat from where you are to Mexico, what is the likelihood that you would survive?
No,
is it 5%?
He wouldn't do it because he hasn't got the range of the fuel tank. It's like having a fucking aircraft that's got a certain fuel tank capacity. It's just not fucking possible.
We'll take the fuel tank out of it.
Well, I would die within
Pirates, Ron.
24 hours. I think I'd be dead.
So how long would you be dead?
I think within 24 hours I'd probably be dead.
Why
So
you
there's
say
a
that?
0% chance you survive.
Because I'd run out of fuel, and then a wave would swamp me, and I'd probably drown.
All right, what
A
if you had
wave?
unlimited
How would a
fuel?
wave swamp you?
Well, they're big fucking waves out in the ocean when you're that
Like-
far out.
How many meters?
Oh fuck! I've been in 7-meter fucking seas out there in a yacht.
What's that? And what do you do when you're about to get into a 7-meter wave coming? You hit it
on my
head on,
boat,
don't
I'd
you?
up and bend over and kiss my ass goodbye.
You hit it head on, don't you, or not?
Well, if you haven't got any propulsion, you can't.
Well, Sirocco, so let's ignore the fuel then. Let's say you have a fuel in solution. I want a real percentage of how, because I'm fascinated by this. Is there even a 5% chance you'd survive?
Of course there is.
I-
Like you can survive on an old door. You know, an old door.
You
Put
can
an old
survive
door
on an
and
old
a
front
Snickers
door, yeah.
bar, a box of Snickers, and some waters, and we could go anywhere. There's always
You
a
can-
chance, Ron.
You
Super
can
chat
float
from
on a
Madman,
box of Stella.
from-
How'd that go for Leonardo in Titanic, one of?
Look,
There was room
I
for him on
reckon.
that door. She was being a bitch. There was more than enough room for him on that door.
Just those tits alone would have kept me warm. I don't know.
Do you know what would kill you there? Is that water? Just hang on a minute, guys. The water is
That was
about
cold,
3
man.
degrees
Cold.
Celsius. It was 3 degrees. you would only last about half an hour before you died.
Yep.
Do you understand that? Like
Super
the
chat
water,
from Madman.
Madman. It's not coming up yet. I got me too.
Yeah, that's the problem you have. This is actually super chat from membership, and Madman, who's been member for 9 months now, says upvote Fikers. Upvote Fikers. There is 224 of you watching, and there is only 39.
Madman for 9
likes.
months. Upvote. Yes, sirree. He's a bronze member. Thank you.
Guys, please remember to upvote. Marcelo,
Ron.
did you upvote? Did you click the upvote, Marcelo?
Ron, I reckon. Seriously, Ron. You know what I reckon? No bullshit. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me say this to you. You know Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear.
Of course.
Remember, he used to do the challenges. He'd drive to Scotland on a BMW diesel and only fill it once, turn the aircon off and drive slow and everything just... Okay, so you know Sirocco's boat. This is what we do, okay? For starters, we fill the bastard up with as much diesel as possible.
Have some of it on board.
Sorry to interrupt this extremely interesting conversation. Could we have a green room full screen so we can admire his new haircut and you guys continue your crap talk about stupid fucking shit that we're talking about?
Hey guys. Hey everyone. I got a new microphone.
AirPods.
Oh, he's gone professional. Look at the mic. Now, let me tell you the story. Ron.
Archie, it's only a matter of time until I take over this whole channel. You need to be very cautious of me and everything I do.
He's going full time. Let me say this to you, Ron. So basically, we put food in the boat. We've got water. We've got everything done, right? You know what? Where does he want to go to? Where the fuck do you want him to go to?
Mexico.
He said Mexico.
Okay. You know what? If he uses his diesel carefully, he can just use the diesel to get out of port. Okay? Then if he uses the ocean waves, do you understand? This is what they had. The ocean has got its own pool. Do you understand?
Sure.
So you know what? He can use the ocean pool to navigate the ship. That's what they used to do with the old sailing ships.
Foil boards, that's what they use.
Right? And then what we do is, what he does is, also we have to take a machine gun, a couple rifles and stuff to ward off the pirates.
I'm going to need a bigger boat.
No, you could get to Mexico. God. You could get there in your boat.
Could you just get behind one of those giant tankers and like throw a hook on it?
Yeah, you know what happens if you do that, Trapper? You get sucked down in the engine. It gets pulled under. Fuck me dead. Have you ever been under? You know when jumbo jets land? If you stand behind it, it'll fucking pull you in. Do you understand that?
If I may interrupt this extremely interesting conversation, just so Anthony Napolitano is right, and I'm just going to read this. Bear needs to explain why punters should always hit the like button. The more likes the stream, the more likes... Oh, shit, I lost it now. The more likes the stream has, the more YouTube promotes it in the algorithm, so we can find more nasty, vicious punters to troll AC3. Remember that, guys. Even if you hate Archie, you need to like it because it will bring a storm on him.
Come on. Can Lux Report come on? You know what really pisses me off is Lux Report. Look at this. Lux Report, £5. Much respect to Bear and AC3. Thumbs up, guys. Support your pontiff. Super chat. Okay. Lux Report, he's the guy who founded the Elite Luxury.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that's a real dud.
Yeah, but it wasn't dud when he was doing it.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, Snowflakes felt that his topics and subjects are inappropriate, so he had to give it up.
So then, Lux Report, I said to him, before Pugsley made 70,000, I said to Lux, come on my channel, I want you to do well.
Okay.
He never wanted to take me up on it. Look, Pugsley got 70. That could have been Lux with 70,000 Canadian.
No, that's a totally different set of mind. What are you talking about?
No,
can I interrupt a second?
Yeah.
And go back to what Bear was talking about, the likes. There's a comment from Rick Roll, which I think needs to be addressed. These
Yeah,
people
yeah.
every day. No, the next one up.
Okay.
One before that. That's the one.
Likes must be earned, not begged.
If you're
that's
coming
so,
on every day, you clearly enjoy what you're watching. So all that's being asked is if you're enjoying what you're watching and you're here every fucking day watching it, just put a like up. It costs you nothing.
Yeah.
thank you.
Excellent
By the way,
point.
Ronnie, you know
Excellent
what? I
point.
reckon we got a. You remember MacGyver? Do you ever remember the TV show MacGyver?
I love that show.
Lidzilla super chat.
Okay, you remember when MacGyver did something, he'd know the statistics of what chance it would be successful or not?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get from Sir
Ronnie,
Yeah.
we got a 55% chance of getting there.
Oh, I don't think it's that high.
No, it would be. It's a nice vessel. We got enough food.
It's not big enough. It's not big enough. And you're
How
going
does
against
your
the
refrigerator
prevailing
work?
winds and
How does
currents.
your refrigerator work?
On electricity.
But when you're at sea, how does it work?
On electricity still.
Electricity.
I've got 3 fridges.
Okay, 'cause we wanna
Batteries
keep-
and solar.
Batteries, and I don't have solar, no.
Oh, you
Uh,
don't?
He
batteries.
has a little.
Interesting.
He has a miniature Pigsley running the wheel inside, which creates electricity. That's basically what.
Now let me say, Trapper John,
Sirocco has.
you'd have a fairly good chance of getting there, I reckon. Do you know? Do you
Yeah,
have
I
any
think-
charts? You need a few maps. Do you have any maps, Sirocco?
Any
Mapping, wave.
maps? Yeah, I
Yeah.
got electronic
Super
maps.
chat,
They
Just
not
Lidzilla.
for
get
what?
that. Just
Let's
get
not
that new
ignore
tutor.
little super
that
chats,
Fnatic
please.
is-
Leadzilla, $5. Bear. Mitch and Murray just pegged
Brass
me and
balls.
called the downtown office, and they advised me that 48-year-old Pluto is still crying about his birthday.
Oh, baby Pluto crying about
And
his birthday.
I'm actually
Super
disappointed
chat,
that-
super chat, super chat.
By the way, guys, addictive.
Timely addressing of super chats is extremely important in live streams.
How can a guy that reports watch crime not know his sells fake watches? I'm being serious. Kissing ass aside. Look, you know what?
Well, we
I
gotta
gotta
kiss
be-
a little bit of us, Paul. I mean, Paul Thorpe is
Every
doing
drug
some awesome
dealer has
things
a
for you.
parent. I mean, parents
Look,
don't know
I-
what kids do.
Look, I gotta be honest
Let's be
with you.
frank and honest. You are kissing
I
a
don't-
bit of an ass. A
Sorry?
little bit. You are kissing us a little bit.
Hey, he's paying for 2 nights.
So,
What do you-
frank and honest. Frank and honest.
Yeah.
Soft cocking, I think it was called.
That's soft talking, soft talking.
Look, the problem is, are we talking morally or legally or what? You got the police and the judicial system to deal with this shit. Okay, it's nothing to do with me. What do I know? I'm in a different country. I don't know the facts of the case, right? All I know is
CB, welcome, buddy. Please save us and do some super chats on watch topics. God bless you. I love you. Please save the show.
All right, hold on. I have
Thank
another
you.
hypothetical for Archie here. I did not
Yeah.
make this up. This is all over the internet, but I want to see your take on it,
just
Archie.
quickly, Anthony
All right.
Napatano, $2. Rick Roll, it's super chats that need to be earned.
If you had to fight a number of 6-year-olds, how many 6-year-olds could you fight off before they would kill you?
Ooh,
Fighting them
interesting
all at once.
question. I like that.
You know what? Seriously,
It's
they
interesting.
can be very. You know the most violent age that we are as humans.
45?
It's like
Between about
2-year-olds.
48.
1 to 2-year-olds are the most violent.
How many would it
I
take?
will
100?
punch a 6-year-old in the throat. I do not care.
Oh,
Ooh.
This is a
That's right.
hypothetical thing. This is not real violence. But how many would it take to kill you? Do you think? Like if they all attacked
Look,
you at once?
You know this.
The
You got to
last
look at this
one.
equation.
you
Ants.
put them all in your tummy. Your baby, I'm gonna eat you.
Ants. You know ants. How many ants will it take to kill you? If you're tied up and someone's put honey all over you, how many ants will it take to die?
You get
That'd
about
be
a
a
million.
bad way to go, wouldn't it?
What's
Sorry?
that?
It'd be fucking
Depends on
horrible.
the ants. Depends if it's this Brazilian.
Truthfully,
African
in this world we
something.
live in, Ron, let me say this to you. I don't understand this questioning, right? 6-year-old kids are timid and polite and nice. Okay?
But it's,
They really-
you're thinking too much about it. It's not. You're not fighting actual 6-year-olds. It's just a physics question. Like how many 6-year-old size
I
people
bet you check it.
could attack you at the same time, and you could like fend them off.
They can suffocate you. They can all jump on you at
Exactly.
the same time.
Like, would it take 1,000? Would it take 100?
100,000, million.
30
Paul's gonna
Okay,
freaking
that's
overanalyze
okay,
this, and we're gonna
Look,
end up going on a cement boat.
I don't know why, Ron. The question I have is, let me just throw this at you. I'm going to use the
boring.
Jordan Peterson approach.
Sure.
What makes you ask that question in the first place? Remember Jordan Peterson, he was answering the question, why is it that women aren't in executive positions? Why is that so? And he said, it's not about why aren't women 50-50. He says, why are men stupid enough to want to do that? That's what he said. The answer is. So my question to you is, why would 6-year-olds be doing this? I don't understand this, Ron. What problems have you got in your life?
So this must be
are
a
you
generation.
having-
You guys have never done this before?
A 6-year-old.
Like one of these hypotheticals of like how many so-and-sos could you fight off? Or like we used to do this shit in college.
See,
You guys don't do
what
this?
I like about kids
No,
is
but that
they've
is
got
the-
an innocence to them. Kids have got an innocence. They normally don't want to kill you, okay?
We know, but that's not the point.
Hey,
All right.
hey Arch, can I just interrupt?
Forget it.
I just gotta disappear. I gotta go to the chemist before it shuts to get my meds.
Okay, can you also,
Is the
please,
answer one,
Sirocco,
Ron?
Sirocco, get that powder for that green monster in the tank, right? And also, if you're going away on the boat, we're going to drive to Mexico. Just get a better Panadol, okay?
I'll do that.
Super.
Seasickness
I'll be
tablets.
back a
Get some
little later.
seasickness tablets. Okay, thank
See
you.
ya.
Hey, Sharako.
Okay, I'll see you soon.
Stephen Monash, $2. Can you make Marcelo a mute?
Not for
Well,
too
that
long.
would be 2 minutes. 2
2
minutes.
minutes.
SR Bell, $675. AC, would you let Marcelo's bird eat seeds out of your can hole for 15,000? I don't want to damage. I don't want to hurt the birds. I don't think it's really good for birds.
No, how would you hurt the bird?
No,
You lay down, relaxed.
I
Bird
don't.
seeds are
No, but
up
it's
your
not a
ass.
good thing to get animals involved. They can't give consent. Birds can't give consent. Like
The bird would
adults.
just eat a seed.
If we could
It's
go
not
back
that big of
to
a deal.
fending off the 6-year-olds, I think that would be better.
Please, green room
No,
comment.
I think about 50 of them could kill you.
I know.
Yeah, I think it would be no more than 100. Honestly, they could just swarm you like zombies, man.
But
Suffocate
the
you.
thing is, right? Truthfully, most 6-year-olds are actually pretty reasonable individuals.
I know, but it's like for example, like if you
Okay.
play the game Marry Fuck Kill, you don't respond. Well, I would never want to kill somebody. It's just a hypothetical. It's not.
I understand, Ron. What makes me ask you this is I want to probe you. I want to ask you
Ooh,
something.
Ronnie
Oh, boy.
Dexter is giving
Ron.
it to you. Dexter is giving it to you. Ron,
Ooh,
allegedly.
Ron
He's-
is a psychotic.
Bring him on, bring him on.
Ron, I got the book
Ow,
for
ow,
you.
ow, ow.
Ron,
Oh yeah.
when I do becomes I don't. What
Well,
the
might-
hell?
Might be reading that.
You
soon.
mentioned something about your marriage. You're not happy. Why are you not happy? Let me ask you this. You're a doctor. You've just finished all your training. You got a job. Your life
Not
should
yet.
be fucking roses. You should be doing somersaults in the backyard with joy.
So without going into too much of a sob story, I think I think we'll be fine ultimately, but it's just the modern world is not conducive to healthy marriages. Is what I'll
Does she
say.
work?
She did, but now one of the reasons why I'm broke is she's at home with the kid now.
How old's the kid?
10 months.
6. That's why it
I
worries
was going
me.
to say 5.5.
That's what really worries me, Ron. Ron, why these questions are just so the kid is how old?
10 months old.
Which state are you in?
New York State.
Fuck, that's expensive.
Well, I'm in upstate New York though, but yeah.
Okay. So how long is she going to stay with the kid before she goes to work?
I honestly, and again, I'm going to offend people with this too. I don't know that daycare is good for a kid's psychological development. Honestly, I don't
Yeah.
think it's normal.
It's spot on.
Can I give you some advice, Ron?
Please.
Why don't you? I don't know if I should say this on air to you, Ron.
Just let it roll.
Super chat.
Why don't you say to your wife, absolute bore, $2, Wizard was an Olympic gymnast. Thoughts?
It was long time ago. The first Olympics in Greece.
Where he invented the Olympics.
Continue.
Ron, why don't you ask your wife if you can do a deal where you can swap sex every day for her not having to have a job outside the home?
Because that's not even the problem. The sex is not the problem.
What's the
If
problem?
she's
then?
watching kids at home already, could she watch like 2 more and just have like under the table, maybe
No,
a
it's a
couple
pain
friends?
in the ass.
Yeah, it's a
You've
pain
never
in the
trapped her. That's look. You know what I reckon, Ron? I think you might be going about it the wrong way.
Okay.
Okay. Why is she unhappy? Tell me this. What problems has she? You know what the problem is? It might be that you're not encouraging her and saying, you know what? I want you to stay home, look after the house, make nice food.
That's not the
and
problem.
let's-
The problem is she's done some crazy shit.
Like what?
Well, I don't want to. I don't
Like
want
what
to get
sort of
into it.
crazy shit?
Just things that not infidelity, but just things that undermine trust. And I'll leave it at that.
Ooh.
Oh.
Did she buy a purse with your HELOC?
Marriages are tough, man. It's just this this postmodern secular social media highly technological world is not conducive to normal family relationships. It's just this. There's nothing about our society that's going on.
Don't forget the social effects of COVID. Don't forget that.
I got to tell you, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Have you got a prenup?
No.
Have you
Those
thought
don't
about a
even work.
postnup?
The prenups don't even. Well, no, I don't want to get divorced. I don't believe in divorce, honestly, because
Sure.
I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm a Christian. And also I think it's fucked up for the kid. I don't think raising.
So Ronnie, what's the problem?
Super
What's the
chat.
problem? You know what? This sounds. Just hang on a minute. SR Bell, 67 $2. AC. My girlfriend has a gag reflex. Advice.
Jesus.
Don't
I
give
don't
her
particularly-
Tootsie Pops.
I'm not really big into this pain and suffering. I got to tell you the truth, Ronnie. It's funny, with my first marriage, she stayed at home, she looked after the kids, and she was still miserable. And said, "Oh, you're always working." Yeah, that's because I got to pay the fucking bills, sweetie. It's not exactly. It was actually. I got to be honest with you, Ron. You know what? Maybe it could be time to get out. If it's sinking, if this ship is sinking.
No, I mean, and if she can work whenever she wants to work.
Is she
it's her
happy with
preference to
you
stay
or
home.
not? Just let me ask you some key things. Is she happy in the relationship?
Yes, she is. Yep.
When you say there were things, the trust issues, you're talking about other people, or are you talking money-wise, or what are you talking?
One of them was money-wise, yes.
Oh, don't worry about money.
That's no big deal.
You're a doctor.
No.
You're earning. Do you follow Dave Ramsey?
You know why Archie and I immediately reacted with that money-related thing? Because we know we fucked up with money too many times with our wives. So if we were given break, you can give your wife break.
I think we'll be fine. By the way, all this talk is diverted, all the NPD talk from Lexer Dexter onto me. Now I am an NPD, and I am an imposter as well. So I would love for him to come on. He's got a big mouth.
You know what, Ron?
Ooh.
I got to tell you, man.
No,
I
he
think
will not come on. You know that.
You wonder why people don't have kids anymore. It's because the world is fucking hard.
No, and if you look at the economics too of it.
Super chat, please.
Tim
Thank
Wright, cancel Culture Stream, £5. Lone Snake Star, you had plenty to say about Bear on Tim's stream. He's where you tell him jelly ass.
He's welcome to come on a live stream as well, by the way. Lone Star, you are absolutely welcome here.
Yeah.
Another super chat.
SR Bell, $2. Ron, ask AC where his massage parlors are and go. He's in a different country to me. And we got Doc on. Doc's coming on.
How's it going? What a nice mix tonight.
Hey, Doc. How are you?
Hello, Doc.
What's going on, fellas?
Ron, I think you'll be fine.
I think so, too. You know, I come
What
on
did
here and
she
go
do
off
for work
stream.
before? What did she do for work before?
So she actually graduated from law school, was not a practicing attorney. Oh, look at my beautiful dog.
That is a
and
gorgeous dog.
So she was just doing stuff that honestly wasn't fulfilling. So she's more than happy to be home.
You know what? Work is not fulfilling. That's just how it is, man. Work is basically not
yeah, I
fulfilling.
love Laura Schlesinger. That's cool.
AC3 is new. Dr. Laura Schlesinger. Take the advice. Lux.
I loved her radio show. John, do you know who is he talking about?
No, actually, no, I have no clue who she is.
Oh, you would love her, man. You would love her. Very pragmatic person. I like that. Very pragmatic.
Ron,
keep going, guys.
You always seem like such a nice guy. I like you. Like you've how is the watches going?
Well, I was people took me seriously about like how I said last stream, I think I'll be able to get a Steinhardt in Q3. I was fucking around, but whatever.
What watch are you wearing now? I think
And
maybe
there is nothing wrong with getting Steinhardt, Ronnie.
Tissot C-Star. My next watch is going to be 16710. Beautiful. But it's going to be about 7-8 months.
You had the no date sub. Do you regret getting rid of that? That was an amazing piece.
Yeah, it was foolish. I thought the big pile would make me happier. I had to sell everything anyway though because of the child rearing situation. So I literally am wearing a fucking Tissot, which I enjoy, by the way.
What sort of car are you driving, Ron?
I drive a Jeep Patriot with 160,000 miles on it.
Gas or diesel?
Gas.
Ooh, green room.
Ooh, Dexter calling me out. Ooh, holy shit. I thought we were friends.
I don't know what's wrong with Lexter Dexter. Do you?
I love
Someone
Lexter
hurt
Dexter.
him and
I
he's
learned
taking
a
it out
lot
on
from
you.
him.
No,
I start to admire Lexter Dexter.
You have a problem. He will come on the show only if Archie and me get out. This is his turn.
I got to tell you, I watch a lot of Dr. Phil. What do you think of Dr. Phil, Ron?
You know, his show is exploitative, but he's actually not the worst guy. He's not a complete idiot. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he's not a fool.
I agree again with you, Ron.
Yeah.
Just LA Meth, which was asking me where I got my mic from. I got this on special at Coles last night for $40.
Coles?
Yeah, they've got they're copying Aldi. They've got this kind of weird mystery section in the middle now.
Oh, far out.
And I got these. This is like cheapy AirPods. I got these from Target for $15.
Yeah, I got a pair of those actually from Big W. They were. I gave them to my son. Absolute for $2. Arch. What about Ethan Ventman as a fill-in host?
Who's chewing?
Oh, sorry. Oh, shit.
So yeah,
chewing and radio and like seriously, man, come on.
Why'd you have to ask?
Ron, tell me this, Ron. This world we live in, I'm confused too. Like I don't understand. We're in a pandemic. Car prices are crazy. Frozen Yukon at $10. Friday evening with the Ponto Fridge Fund, just in an airport, guys. But watching my favorite stream on YouTube as I can. Also, can we get a bear growl?
Always for you, brother. And you are.
He's coming on. He's coming on.
Post link for
Ron.
please.
You know, Ron, I think maybe. Do you need some hobbies? Do you need a hobby?
Actually, you're gonna have to go, man. You're gonna have to.
No, he can. If he no, that's not how we play. I have tons of hobbies. I'm doing just fine. It's just it's there's when I'm still middle class and just the middle class existence in America is a pressure cooker. It's not easy. It fucks with people.
Exactly.
Turn that.
It's funny too. Peasant serfs in the Middle Ages were dirt poor, and yet they had 7 kids and were able to rear their own children. And now that's not possible.
They didn't have a social media website where you're constantly keeping up with the Joneses 24/7.
The children were working.
But the point is, Doc, that it's not even financially feasible for normal people to have kids anymore. There's something wrong here.
The average life expectancy is like 50.
Well, that's only because of the child death rate. Once you actually, in the Middle Ages and everything, once you got out of the vulnerable period of childhood with so much death related to infection, you lived to 70.
There is
So
a
once you
major
made it to
attack
the
on
mid-
the family unit in the West. No, there's no denying it.
Once you made it to the mid-20s, then you could live a normal, lengthy life.
Yeah.
So you are proudly in the middle class, is that correct?
For now, and it's a pressure cooker. It's not conducive, and that's just one of the things. And obviously, I'm not blaming the world, but I don't know how. No, I have a way out. There's a light at the end of the tunnel for me. I don't know how normal people making 70 grand have a normal, healthy existence. I don't fucking understand
That's
it.
why the divorce rate is fucking 50% plus. Do you understand?
Super chat, please.
Kamran Kebab. Kamran Keb, £2. Dexter is a sad, empty old man who is empty.
Ooh.
Ronnie
And
Paul.
Ronnie Paul, $2. I think Ron is from Rochester, New York.
People
I
are
gotta
always
tell
trying
you-
to figure Ron out.
Ronnie,
why is that funny though? I don't get that joke.
I don't
They're
get it
trying to
either.
figure out where he's from, and they're getting it wrong, but they're always trying.
But why?
Who
I
cares?
don't know why. I don't know why. They just want to know.
Well, they
So
want to
it's
know
a-
what
it's
doc.
a-
They want when we don't show our faces. It's an air of mystery.
Okay,
This
okay,
is
I got it. I was just curious. What's the fun
Me
fact?
too, $2. Trapper John is precious with the girl from earlier. Let me just say this to you guys. I got to tell you what.
Precious.
I think, Ron, everything's okay. Why don't you get a new Cadillac, a new Rolex, a new home? Just HELOC the lot, man.
Yeah,
Go
I
on.
guess so.
Just hock himself up
deserve it.
major.
No.
You own your own home, don't you?
Fuck no.
Oh, okay.
Renting, and that's another. Well, I don't want to be depressing today. I do come on here to blow off a little steam in the comment section. So sometimes I reveal things that are going on because I think that's what one of the functions
That's
of the
the whole
show
point.
is. Guys, you come on, you blow off some steam, you talk shit.
I got to
think
tell
that's
you,
the appeal of the show.
I honestly, I don't think if you had your time again, you would actually have kids and get married at a young age like you did, would you?
Well, I mean, now that I have my daughter and I see her, I would die for
Love
the little
her.
shit. So right, so
Yeah.
yes, I would, but it's not probably not wise. And if we live in a society where again an average person, it's not wise for them to have a kid, at
But-
30.
Mhm.
You
or
know, there's a great
31.
book.
There's
Your
something
wife
wrong
should
Going to
have a
cause
book
all
called,
types of crazy problems later on.
you know what? There's a great book I read called Pinstripe Prison. Okay. And
Yeah.
the honest truth is, if you were in middle America, like you're an accountant, a lawyer like that, right? These firms, you've got to be working 80 hours a week to get ahead with your career. You're not going to do it on 40 hours a week. Bear, how many hours do you think you need to succeed? Seriously, no bullshit, okay? What would you say?
About 60 to 70 hours a week.
Working.
Yeah, being
Minimum,
non-stop active.
minimum.
Active.
40 hours a week, Ron, ain't going to cut it anymore, okay?
No. And I'm
And-
lucky. I like my job.
Ooh,
What happened to Doc?
Ron. Ooh, you must work smarter, not harder. Don't listen to these fools that want you to slave away in the fields.
I want to
You know
know.
what?
Just to take
The middle class is evaporating. We've got an aging population. The
But
world,
Archie, he's a doctor. Okay, let's distinguish
all right
the difference.
eventually.
Well, what I'm saying, you're a doctor. You're not doing
Super
this
chat.
to be working 60, 70 hours a week. You're not going to be running your business. You're going to be doctor. So I think it's a bit different. Super chat.
you know, I'd be concentrating on, do you want a Chesterfield lounge or do you want a couple of bean bags? What sort of shrink are you going to be, man? I'd get the Chesterfield.
I'm going leather furniture eventually.
Piccolo, New Zealand.
Piccolo,
Archie, have you seen the
$3.50. Ron and BBW have the best voice on the show. Yes, Green Loom.
Have you seen the Curb Your
Yeah,
Enthusiasm
yeah,
episode where
100%,
the
100%.
chairs?
Oh, I love that. The chair disparity. Curb Your Enthusiasm is
Oh,
brilliant.
yes, he's in the shrink's office. And he's got the guy from Breaking Bad as the psych.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you've got the good chair. No, no. That I love him. I love him.
Me too,
Little
man. It's a
BB
great
dub.
show.
Now, I have a question for Bear, and I'm fascinated. Bear, you have a watch collection that must be in excess of $2 million. How did you get so comfortable? I mean, what did you do to secure your position in life? Because you've had an interesting story.
You know what? To be honest with you, when it comes to my finances and what I do regarding making the money, I'm not going to discuss details about it on the Archie live stream. I've been attacked by people. I've been questioned by people. I am not wealthy, but I do okay. And I do okay based on the fact that I came to realization that I work hard, I save the money, I buy the right things, I reinvest again, I buy the right things, and I keep going. And I'm consistent. Nothing really out of ordinary. Also, connecting and becoming part of the group of people that is successful is the key. Partnerships is what makes you successful. You alone will never achieve as much as you can by being partnering with right people. That's the only thing I'm going to say on that.
That's wise.
And that you get it the old-fashioned way. You earn it. You work hard at it.
Yes, I do. Honestly, Doc, at one point in my life, I had 3 jobs. And I remember my wife basically waking me up after 2 hours of nap to go to another job. I was working at certain times in excess of 90 to 100 hours a week.
Fat Windbag Ben, £5. I see everything you know. Who knows? Look into my eyes. I am everything. I have shares in WhatsApp.
Oracle.
Did you see I added Fat Ben to my WhatsApp group? Sorry, my Instagram pic.
Yes, I did see that. Fat Ben is one of our absolutely most favorite weirdos.
Me too, $2. BBWs are my favorite. I got to tell you,
one of the
Ronnie.
few people that get that joke.
Ronnie, I got to tell you something, Ron.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of people get the joke. Don't worry.
I think for you, see, you've got massive student debt. Your wife's got debt. You know what? You know what I'd say the best advice I can give you?
The way I see that, Archie, is investment. He did not like if you studied women's studies and you have a student debt, you're fucked. If you studied social sciences, you're fucked. But if you're an engineer, doctor, it's a completely different story.
Yeah.
I have no doubt that Ron will be rocking some serious watches in 5 to 10 years.
I'd say it's good.
I'd say
it's good for your wife to stay looking after the kid until 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think so too.
And the other thing is, maybe it'd be a good idea to have the second one quickly so that you can combine it together.
Not a bad idea.
And the other
How many
thing
you're
is,
going to have?
2. 2's a good number.
I'd go
think.
3 probably.
And the other thing I would say to you, Ronnie, is for you, right? I honestly think a lot of people who've done really well in this watch game. I got a friend of mine who's got $1 million and over $1 million in watches, right? And what happened to him? I'll tell you how he built. So, Ron, you're asking the question: how did somebody make it like a million? He's got $1.5 million in watches, okay? And in his case, he has a high-paying job. He's a professional, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. His wife is also doing some work in his business because he's got his own business, okay? She's also a professional, so she's doing some white-collar work part-time for him. And also, Ron, I got to tell you, I think some of it's a bit of luck too. They got into the real estate market when things were a lot cheaper. I got to be honest with you, real estate now, I look at prices and think, fuck. Say I was on 70 grand a year. And now, see, the requirements have gotten harder now. You need to have 20% deposit almost. They want to have all this stuff. and the prices are high, it was a bit of luck before. They used to have low doc loans, low documentation loans. You could just sign and you could get this. The world has gotten vicious.
It's getting worse. It's
And also, I got to
tough.
tell you this too. It's also, I think, like I look at I got a relative he made a lot of money. Okay. He's younger than me, but he's made a lot of money. Right. And the truth is, if you want to become rich, you need to earn good money. So you need something that pays good money. Then you need to not just be a complete spendthrift. Like you could have gambling. You could be addicted to, like some people buy brand new motor cars every fucking 2 years. Well, that's not going to keep you rich. Okay.
Definitely not.
Maybe she'd be interested, Ron, in a luxury goods YouTube channel.
Ron.
Hey, Archie, let me ask you a question.
You can ask me anything, and I will tell you.
You know, you've encountered a lot of rich people on
Yes.
this stream and everywhere in
Yes.
your life.
Yes.
It might not be a great question, but you know, what percent do you think is inherited as opposed to self-made people? Like in your experience, or is it a mix of both? Or
I think the super rich, like these are centimillionaires. Okay, centi is 100 million plus.
Let's bring up that chart.
Right?
You remember that chart that you had?
Yeah, well, centimillionaires. I got to tell you this. What I find with people I've met is normal person. Like when I say normal, I'm talking, they've already won the lotto of life. They've been born in the Western world. Okay. But say you're born to a lower middle class family, which means your parents aren't poor, but they're not giving you $1 million either. Okay. They might give you $10,000 or something modest, right? It's more so, it's not about having rich parents. It's that your parents aren't a fucking drain. I don't know if you see with a lot of the poorer Asian countries, these people go overseas. They always send so much money back home. You can never become rich if you're constantly sending money back to your parents or siblings. Okay, it's very tough. It's a fucking millstone. It's like carrying a bag of cement everywhere you go. It's fucking painful.
Yeah.
So you've got to be... The problem is, let me just say this to you. By the time average people have got $1 to $4 million, they've had enough. The rat race, they've had enough. They don't want to see. If you started like Trump, he started. His dad lent him $2 million, $3 million in 1960s, which was like 20 million today. If you started with that, it's so much easier. If that's your base. You can also blow it as well. Don't get me wrong. You can blow it. But if you've got that base, most people I know, Ron, if you are under $10 million,
Super chat,
you've
Pavel.
kind of, here we go, Pavel, $10. Ron inspires me a bit. He grinds every day. Where's a Tissot? He just want to talk watches. So to tell you the percentage, I would say this, the really, really, really rich, they tend to have money, okay, but
frankly, when you're mentioning Donald Trump, I think it's a perfect example of a lazy, entitled bastard who basically was handed too much good things, and then ultimately tried to impress everyone with being a billionaire. I'm not saying, to be honest with you, he doesn't impress me. Somebody who starts from zero, works hard, and makes a decent living and respects their family and does the things right way is a true hero to me.
Like Jeff Bezos?
Yes.
Yes,
dog. Thank you, dog. And you know what? Politically, I'm not against Donald Trump because I think he had a very pragmatic approach. So I'm not talking here politics. I'm talking about him as a person, and somebody who was handed opportunities that you will never have. Also, who failed way too many times. Yet was taken out of the trouble
Mind you,
because
you had
again, he
other
was
people
entitled.
there. You had people like Barbara Hutton. She inherited
Sure.
Woolworths, the richest woman in the world at one stage.
I love Bezos, by the way. That's such a
And she
good
basically died
example.
penniless. You know Barbara Hutton.
No, I don't actually. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea
But
who you're
What year
talking
did she
about.
inherit it?
she did. Her father founded Woolworths, not the same as Australian Woolworths, but American
Mhm.
Woolworths.
There's a lot more
Barbara
stories like
Hutton,
that
she was
than
married
you
to
think.
Cary Grant. She was married to Cary Grant. And she had a string of husbands. I got to tell you, Ron, I think the answer is this. By the time most people have made $3 or $4 million, they're normally in their late 50s and they're thinking, fuck, I had enough.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So most people I've met who have super money, I got to be honest with you, I met there's a lot of people pretend they're a lot richer than they are.
Yes.
Can I say that?
Yes.
One thing I have found is I know people who they've got, let me say this. If you've got money, if you went to the right schools, you've met the right people. I don't know if that really, I know people who've failed just as much as people have succeeded. And just because you went to the school with so-and-so doesn't mean they like you. They could hate your guts as well. That's more likely the case.
And listening to
I
Bear's
think-
statement, sorry.
I think people who are, say, under $10 million, it's normally they made it themselves. And the thing is this, I think the keys to becoming wealthy, look, it's simple as this. It's like dieting. What's the key to dieting? You got to eat less calories. You got to burn more calories than you consume in the day. Do you understand?
Right.
And the thing is, weight loss, you may only be putting on 20 grams a day, but you do that compounded for 10 years. And
Right.
that's why me and Bear are fat.
Yeah.
It's not that
It's
we
not.
eat.
It's not a gland problem, guys. It's eating problem.
Exactly. Look, there's no fatzos in a concentration camp,
No.
you know? So I think the thing is this, let me say this. I think also, one thing I will say this is I think too much money can also be a hindrance.
Mhm.
We always want more in this Instagram culture. Like a steel Rolex isn't enough. Like you got a steel sub, big deal. We want a fucking gold one. We want a Smurf. That's what we want, right? I think the reality is when you look at movie stars, you notice they all get divorced. That's because they all have so much money. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Do you understand?
Right.
Let me say something to you. My dad,
Super chat, please, and thank you.
here we go. Achilles, $5, Bear. Your thoughts on safety when wearing your watches out there? I think he means being robbed. How do you enjoy your collection when everyone is looking? Well, they're not looking at your wrist.
Actually, I don't really have any negative experience, thank God. Plus, I live in Canada, and it's
But
not
you're
that
more likely,
bad.
yeah, you're more likely to be wearing a Milgauss. You don't have
Oh,
to
yeah.
wear a Platona. You're not necessarily wearing.
No, you know me, Paul. I travel with G-Shock. I mean, I am very cautious with my watches. I am very cautious in the aspect of keeping them in a safe and controlling where they are and so on. So you have to be smart. You have to be cautious.
Let me say
always,
this.
regardless.
I got to tell you this. Have a look at Jordan Peterson Green Room.
Mm.
He's talking
met him.
about.
He's great.
You met Jordan Peterson.
Very briefly. Very briefly.
He's got a very good comment. He said, instead of saying why, he said there are some men, no matter how much money they have, they will just keep working. They're machines. And these are people who become like leaders of political parties, CEOs. He said they're all, basically he's saying they're psychopaths.
Oh, look.
Cars and Chrono, the real Cars and Chrono, $20. Key to success. Now, Cars and Chrono, don't forget this guy here.
He can certainly give the right advice. This is
Key to success
very
is 20% your
guy.
effort, brains, and people you are surrounded by. 80% is pure. I think luck does play into it.
But did you notice how he also highlights people you are surrounded by? Guys, intradependency is the only way to succeed. Thinking about being thinking about independence, thinking that you can achieve everything on your own is a recipe for disaster. Partnerships also allow to diversify and limit possibilities of crash, of losing, diversifying, partnering, creating more connections, networking. That's the way to not be rich, but to be in right place.
I was listening to a lecture from I don't know, he's a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, but he said, I was just listening to it today, and he said that, you know, most people will start and fail if they try and bring something from the ground up. And everything he's done has been partnerships with things that were going, and he would, you know, offer some asset to the company for a percentage, and he just kept doing that and doing that and doing that. He said, "You want food, you go to a restaurant. You need a hospital."
I got to tell you
doctor,
something.
you
I
go to
think
the
I think too much money causes trouble. Like you see these celebrities, you know, like they all get they do a movie, they get 20 million. You know, like Robin Williams was like that, right? But at the end of the day, he committed suicide. He had fucking 4 or 5 fucking ex-wives he was paying alimony every fucking month to.
Well,
He was really fucked over badly. You see what I mean?
I think you need
well,
enough money to
Yeah,
not be in a
but Cote
pressure
was a
cooker.
suicide.
But let me say this to you.
I
In
have
my
to
parents,
interject. I have to interject on Robin Williams. It turns out he had severe dementia.
okay.
So
Yes.
the dementia was
Or-
causing him to be depressed, and that's probably why he killed himself more than the other stuff.
Was it
No, you
dementia?
don't understand,
I thought
Doc.
he had. I
Doc,
thought it
that
was like
doesn't suit
MS or
our
something.
argument at the moment, Doc. We like to change the figure, rubbery facts to suit
I know.
our
I
By the
just.
argument.
way, his,
It's just I'm
his
a
illness was
Robin
getting
Williams.
worse and worse.
It's just I'm a Robin Williams fan, so I just wanted
I love
to
Robin
set the
Williams.
record straight.
Mork and Mindy. I remember him from Mork and Mindy. Why didn't he fucking marry Mindy? She was fucking cool. Remember Mindy?
He was already
Mork and-
married.
Yeah, Louis
he married
body
several
disease, I
times.
think.
Yeah, Louis body, but also
Louis
it was
body is
severe
dementia,
dementia.
guys.
Yeah, but it was severe
okay,
dementia in
my
his
bad.
case. Yeah, but it was severe dementia in his case. I mean, some
And
of
it was
them are more
getting worse.
mild.
But I
Yes.
don't think David Cassidy. I think David Cassidy was just an alcoholic.
No, I'm pretty sure he had dementia as well.
No, he claims he had dementia, but I think it was more alcoholism.
Oh, you don't want to believe him? I wanted to interject while you were on the topic to say that most wealthy people, especially people who become big successes, don't want to admit that they had money beforehand. They want to push a story that they came from rags to riches,
Yeah.
just like Bill Gates.
Right.
So,
But
Because Bill
Doc,
Gates-
when you
Bill
say
Gates-
successful people, do you really like? I'm asking you, Doc. I always admire. I don't really care about extremely rich people. I don't see that as a success.
Speaking of
I
successful rich people, look who we've got here.
Let's not start that rumor, guys.
I think I misspoke, Bear. I meant to say whatever Paul was defining as the super millionaires, or however
Can
he
I
was
just say
calling
one thing
it.
quickly?
And
Can I just say one thing? Can I say?
Birminghard is a
Order.
very wealthy man, very wealthy man, and I'm going to tell you why he's a wealthy man. I follow Birminghard on Instagram, and the little snippets of his life show you happy family, happy kids.
He has the right
environment that's
focus, the proper
The
focus.
guy
He has
is
the
doing
proper
something
focus.
right. I'm a huge fan of Birminghard.
The Dave
Well, he has
Ramsey
the proper
plan.
focus.
Dave Ramsey,
That's-
that's what it is.
That's
Can
a
I
guy
say
you
something?
should aspire to be.
Can I
like.
say something quickly? My dad, right? Him and my stepmom, they started to get wealthier when they got to the $2.5 to $3 million mark.
Mhm.
They had too much money and they got divorced. She gave him the shits. He gave her the shits. And they said, well, fuck you. And they split and divorced. When there's too much money there, it's so easy to say, fuck you.
Well, yeah,
Because
I
you
mean,
don't want to
divorce
eat
is,
a shit sandwich. You know what I mean? They both had a fight and they argued, and that was it.
Mhm.
I got to be honest with you, Bear. That's why these Hollywood celebrities, they're no different to me or you. It's just that we don't have enough money. We think, oh,
Actually,
fuck.
to me, they're example of depression, detachment. I don't aspire to be like them, or I don't perceive them as any happier. To me, they're very unhappy people. I think that's the wrong way of even using it. And
Let me
using
say
them
this,
as,
Bear. Bear, I
they're
want
like
to tell you
Lou and
something.
me.
I've
We are
met a
better.
few.
I am better than them.
All
I'm
right.
better.
Let me say this
I
to you.
All
I
right.
met a few really, really rich people. Let me show you something that I think is really a little bit off-putting.
Hey,
Sure.
Baba,
One person I know who's worth $10 million. His kids, whenever he goes on a holiday with the kids, they got to fly somewhere,
Mhm.
and it's got to be business.
Mhm.
They won't go economy.
Hmm.
Like they're spoiled. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I absolutely understand what you're saying. I agree with you.
The other, I mean, that's ridiculous. For me, anything that wasn't a bus was a bonus. If you're on a plane, even if it's economy, doesn't matter. These really, really rich people, what you find is they go to, like, they spend a lot of money on schools for their kids. Those schools don't necessarily help. They can help, but there's nothing to say some good state schools would not have been equally as good.
Mhm.
So they have very high expectations, and they can't handle when things don't go their own way. I got to be honest with you, Bear. I would like more money. I do want more money. Okay. I would like to be.
So what?
I would.
So what? So what?
Okay.
So you can eat 2 orders of the wontons and have 2 crispy chickens? Like, what do you do, and what would more money make a difference in your life for real?
I'd buy a better house. You'd buy a
How
better
much
house.
is enough, Archie? 600,000, 900,000 a year? I mean, you're making 300,000.
You don't like your house? You're not happy in your house? You're not content in your home?
Look at that carpet, Arch.
Yeah, I know.
What more could
Look,
you want?
Luxury carpet?
Look,
Maybe you missed the Beatles.
I gotta be.
He just
I
had
gotta.
security doors
Oh,
installed.
Cars and
Oh.
Chrono. Speaking of super, the Cars and Chrono, $50 off to evening adult beverages. Have a great weekend, folks. That also includes all you Muppets, the real Cars and Chrono.
Have fun, cars.
Apparently,
Enjoy,
Cars and
enjoy.
Chrono had a startup he sold, and he did exceptionally well.
Yeah.
He's a very humble guy.
And he was smart because instead of continuing to work hard, he decided to enjoy
Yeah.
life.
Enjoy life.
Reap the rewards.
You know what, Bear? I got to tell you, Bear, you know what?
But I can guarantee you that Cars and Chrono has his days and moments like we all do. Money will
Yes.
never fulfill all the holes.
Can I
Money
say
will
this
never
to you,
make
Bear?
Yes.
I worked with a guy. I used to admire millionaires, okay? And I worked with this guy who made a couple $1 million in a couple years, okay?
Mhm.
After I worked with him for a period of time, I then realized he had sold part of his soul to the devil to get there. Like,
Super
his
chat, please, and thank you.
Grendel 62 $2. Upvote, subscribe. Great conversation today. I got to tell you, looking at him, I used to be envious of people. He had certain things, right? Nice apartment. He had this and that. Then after I worked with him for a while, I thought, you know what? I wouldn't cross that line. And I don't necessarily want the trinkets he had there. Like, because I saw what they cost. Does that mean because he was a ruthless fucker, okay? Absolutely ruthless fucker. Self-centered, self-opinionated. It was always there was only 3 people in his life. Him, himself, and I. You know, it was always about him. Everything was him. You go somewhere, it's always on his terms. You went, even though we started off as equal friends, the person with the more money can never be wrong.
Well,
he became really boring.
They're feeling entitled to that position. They are surrounded often with people who are stroking their ego and making them believe they're always right. There's not many ArchieLuxuries in the world. Go ahead, Doc.
What I like about Cars and Chrono, on the opposite of what you're talking about, is even though you know he's doing well financially, he could get whatever watch he wants. One of his favorites is his 321 reissue, which, you know, relative to what he could do if he just wanted to spend money, that just lets you know he's based and he's down to earth guy.
I got to be honest with you, Bear. I think sometimes too much money could be the biggest curse
Oh,
you could have.
look who is here. Our friend James. Our friend James is
Showcase.
here. Arch. Jump on the stream, you fiker.
Yes, get him on there. Look at this. Someone
on,
with too
man.
much money.
Showcase watches, ladies and gentlemen.
Showcase forgot about an Explorer 2 and a fucking something else Rolex. Showcase watches, £4.50. The day you divine happiness by wealth, the day you decide happiness by wealth is the day you realize how truly unhappy. I lost interest in money some years ago. It's just a byproduct of living.
Well, I think it's, if you look at happiness versus money, it's an asymptote where I think it does taper off eventually, but I think you need enough money to not be in a pressure cooker and to not be thinking about it constantly. And I think you need enough where you're not constantly under the gun.
It's certain level that gives you a comfort, that gives you opportunity to feel comfortable with you and your family. I agree.
In America,
before the inflation hit, they used to say 100,000 was your line, and then after that, it didn't really contribute much towards your happiness.
Yeah, depending on where you live and your cost of living, it did. Money and happiness, at least in the U.S., there was a correlation up to, depending on your cost of living, $75,000, $100,000, and then it no longer correlates. And the idea is, if you have enough money that your basic needs are met, right? Like you can stave off misery, then it doesn't matter if you make, someone that makes $200,000 a year isn't substantially more substantially happier than someone that only makes $150,000 a year, for example.
Yeah,
excellent example.
That. Yep.
Excellent.
You can have one Rolex and enjoy the shit out of it. But if you're thinking about how the fuck do I pay rent, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Ron.
But the other problem
That's what you said, that you can have one Rolex and enjoy the shit out of it. I can tell you honestly, there's a better chance you will enjoy one Rolex than having 10 Rolex watches.
I agree.
Honestly, it becomes obsession. It becomes, collecting in its core is deviation.
We are addicts.
Yes. Why are we kidding ourselves? Who the heck needs 20, 30 watches? Nobody.
Do you even need one? I mean, you don't need one.
But you know what? 1, 2, 3, you can kind of be reasonably expecting person will have that because they enjoy watches. Now, when it gets into this collecting craziness, it is addiction. I am addicted. I get high getting a watch. And in all honesty, it becomes less and less pleasure because you become more immune to that high.
No,
a few generations ago, a man would aspire to get a single Rolex and wear that Rolex for the rest of his life. And that's the way
I'm actually thinking about doing that with the 5-digit. I'm honestly thinking about getting the 5-digit GMT, Coke or Pepsi, probably Coke, and just leaving the hobby, honestly, and just having that surgically attached to my wrist.
That's what I was going to
say. The hobby. This is where I
Stop leaving the hobby. Just stop for a minute, Bear. I want to ask you something quickly.
This is James's
Someone
fault.
said to you, we could double your wealth, but you need to eat salads only for every meal. Salads and 200 grams of meat a day. That is it.
Oh, just to fucking tease me on the top of it. Come on.
You know what I mean?
Torture.
Salad?
Tofu.
I could talk to you, Bear. I could get you to go off the meat completely. I could.
My son is doing that daily, Doc. So trust me, I am under a lot of pressure.
You know what, Bear? I got to tell you something, Bear. You know what? I think the
problem is... Can you just hit the super chats and then we'll continue?
Super chats! We got super chats, guys. Let's get these super chats happening here. We got Roar of the Tiger, $5. Money is a tool and lubricant for navigating life, but happiness is the final scene of raising Arizona.
Are you guys familiar with what he's saying? Anybody knows what's the
Stephen
final scene?
Monash, $2. Money helps us to have a nice standard of misery.
Is that the one with Nicolas Cage?
I think so. That's what I'm asking. I'm trying to
Yeah,
remember what's
yeah.
because
I've seen it a long time ago.
if you can please, someone can remind us what's the final scene, because I like what he wrote. It's just I want to fully understand it.
Time equals happiness.
Have
Money
you ever
just
had
buys you
any
time.
conversations with people who are on the way out? I had a conversation with this guy I know, right? I'm not going to name any names. I said to him, would you rather, I said to him confidentially, I said, would you rather have had those 20 affairs that you told me about, or would you rather have, now that you're on your deathbed, just had your wife? That's what I said to him.
And
Who's typing? Who's typing? Turn the sound
It's
off.
Mike
if
the
you
Snake.
type.
It's the snake is typing. I said that to him.
Is
Just
this
turn
the
the
real
sound
Mike the
off,
Snake
please.
or the fake one?
I
I'm not
said that
sure.
to him, Bear. You know what he said to me?
What did he say?
He said he wished he had 30 affairs.
That's funny.
Interesting.
I used to have a
will
very
mute
good.
myself. I'll mute myself every
He
time I
said,
type
he
from
said,
here
he
out.
said, you don't understand. He said,
I apologize.
puritanicalism. He said to me, puritanicalism is so boring. He said, you know what? I've been in this bed here. I could just live one affair. He went out, did this, did that. He could just play it in his mind like a tape recorder. He said he really enjoyed it.
That's what
Okay,
I
Arch.
That's what he said to me, Bear.
I have an attorney friend who wanted on his tombstone a simple statement that he would hope that he would spend his life not always having done the right thing.
said. That's a fine thing to
Showcase
say.
watches, the romance. Now, the romance of having one quality watch on your wrist, battered and bruised for 20 years, is so appealing. The
I agree.
watch addict side of me won't allow it, but I'm trying. I really, Bear, I want to ask you something, Bear. You know what?
However,
Let me
showcase James. I just want to tell him before he leaves. That doesn't mean you need to leave the hobby. The hobby
really.
is not just collecting. The hobby is also talking about it, enjoying the articles about it, watching the videos about it, learning about it. All that is part of the hobby. So if you are saying you're leaving a hobby, why? Why? Go ahead.
Because if you have no self-control, Bear, I mean, not self-control, but consumerism is so bred into our society that you have to define.
Well, then you have a different problem. Then you should be dealing with that rather than saying I'm leaving a hobby, because you're not leaving a hobby. And James, you are full of shit. I'm going to call you full of shit because you say you're leaving a hobby, but you're going to get a GMT. What the fuck does that even mean? I'm leaving a hobby, but I'm still going to be buying watches. So don't bullshit me, brother.
Maybe he just wants to know what time it is in the hobby.
It's that Catholic
he's
guilt.
gone.
Those English, they've all got Catholic guilt, okay? They got this Catholic guilt.
I want to be Bear's translator.
Please.
Just to say that I think that the aggravation in Bear's voice and tone had more to do with the loss of our friendship as well.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Why is he not here? He belongs here. He was always good for this show. He loves ArchieLuxury. He's a great guy. I mean, leaving hobby. Fuck off.
You know what, Bear?
done.
I got to tell you this. The funny thing is, this hobby itself there, you get out of this hobby, what else are you going to do? Like, what are you going to spend? You know what? I've come to this realization. When you quit this hobby, maybe you have nothing else to occupy yourself with. It's all very well to say you waste so much time on it, but what else are you going to do? What are you going to think about them? What are you going to talk about them? What are you going to do? If you're into watches, right? You're exploring different, you're just thinking about, you don't have to buy. And the thing is too, if you're in this hobby, you don't have to continually be buying more watches.
Discount has a good suggestion.
Totally
if you want to
your
bring it
HELOC
up,
Lamborghini.
he's got a hobby. Discount's got a hobby.
You don't need to be buying continually just because, like me, I like classic cars, but I don't own one.
He's a chronograph. Man.
Yes, that's actually a good example. That's a good example.
Yeah.
You consider cars your hobby, right?
I like cars.
So, does that mean you have to be collecting cars? Does that mean you're going to be buying supercars? No. You're going to
exactly.
enjoy that hobby.
And I like my Civic.
By talking all of us to that about shit that most of people don't care about on this channel. And you're going to go on and on about some cars that you admire and love and you want to have. And then people are not going to do any super chats, and eventually it's all going to go pear-shaped. But I admire your passion and your enthusiasm about it, and I support it.
All his talk and constant talk, Baron, what'd you do? You went and ordered a
Can
new
you
car.
drop the link for Showcase, please? I want this fucker on a stream.
Can I tell you something I said to my wife a number of years ago?
Please drop the link for Showcase.
I'm dropping the link. Can I tell you something I told my wife a couple years ago?
Just swallow it.
Because you Americans are all into money, right? I said to my
Not all
wife,
of us.
marrying you.
No,
I
that's not
said,
true, Archie.
You know what we
This is
should
such a
do? You should do a
stereotype.
balance sheet. You should do a balance sheet where if you've got a good woman, I think my wife is worth like, I said to her, you're worth $3 million to me.
Bravo, Archie.
Okay?
Bravo, Archie.
And I got to be honest with you. You marry the right woman. She forgives your frailties. She helps you. It's in all honesty, Bear. I think marrying the right person, that can be worth, like, I think having the right passport is worth $500,000.
Absolutely.
If you've got a
Absolutely.
shit, like I got a guy who's a fan of mine. He's got a fucking Syrian passport. Okay, that's less than zero. It's fucking garbage. It's fucking garbage.
I would
You
use different
understand?
word. It's disadvantage. It's disadvantage in the aspect of the Western world.
Yeah. He actually has a couple $1 million, but it's still, he's got this garbage passport. He can't travel. He can't do this. He can't, you know what Toyota Mo, $2. I only care about cars with North Star engines.
Toyota Mo, how are you, Toyota Mo? Nice to see you, buddy.
Spoken like a true mechanic.
You know the North Star
I
was
have
one
no
of the worst
freaking idea
engines
what
ever
North
made
Star
in
is.
history. That was the General Motors V8.
Excellent. Let's start talking about North Star engines. I think that the show will really go well.
You were
Bear,
talking
tell me
about
this.
only having
Could
one
you
watch?
give up everything, Bear? You know, in your case there, what would you say? I mean, if you really, can I just throw something at you?
Throw it, man. Go.
No, please. It's always easy for people who have no money to tell you how you should spend your money, which really shits me off.
Yeah,
But
I hate that too.
Say for example, in your case, you got let's hypothetically say you got $2 million. You could say,
Okay.
you know what? I'm going to give each of my kids $500,000.
Okay.
I'm
You'd have
going to.
$0.
Sorry.
You have $0. I wouldn't do that.
Well, I'm just asking. I'm just asking here. We've got two snakes on the bottom there.
Oh.
Bear, what stops you selling your shit off? Like,
The real ones here.
Uh-oh.
Thank
Oh,
God.
great.
No.
Hang on. This could get interesting.
Yeah.
oh,
uh,
Mr. Tudor, to you, the true boss AC3, heading to San Augustine, Florida for the holidays. I wish you, your family, and your crew a Merry Christmas. This is the no date 41 mil sub in tow. I'm loving it. Ooh.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. Enjoy your holidays.
Of
I'm leaving
course you
tomorrow.
are.
I'm starting
Enjoy,
my
Mr. Tudor,
holidays
to you.
tomorrow.
Mr.
Can't wait.
Tudor,
It's
to
gonna
you,
be
I
awesome.
love you. There.
He
It's
had-
like
he got
me.
the new
Okay,
Tudor,
you know what?
didn't
Forget $2 million. You know my collection. I could say to each of my kids, I could sell each of the paddocks.
I have only one kid. So he's gonna get everything.
Okay. The thing is
He's
this.
a very,
The problem
he's a
is
very
you
lucky
sell this
guy. I'm
off.
thinking about it. He's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
very lucky guy.
You sell this off. What are you going to... I mean, you know something like my dad, right? When you're in your 70s, how much money do you really need? He's already got a Mercedes-Benz. He doesn't... You know, I mean, you could say, well, get an S-Class, get this and get that, but he's got a car he likes. He's got a beautiful home.
Mhm.
money isn't going to really drastically change his life.
Listen, Archie, I just want to say,
Oh no.
Archie, I think family is the most important thing that we should all be thankful.
Well said, Mike.
And Archie, Bear, and yourself, and Green Room, and Aka, Ron, you're all like my family. You know, Archie, I love you all so much.
Hold up today's paper.
And you know we love you
The
back,
real
Mike.
Mike this
And I
week.
don't mind there's guys on the show impersonating me. You know, I'm the real Mike the Snake.
Yes, you are. You can have it.
Actually, what
Thanks,
he just
Doc.
said, Mike,
I love you, Doc.
Mike would real Mike would say. I have to say that's actually beautiful what he said. That's
You should have
that's
said
actually-
I couldn't said it better myself.
In fact, actually, the real Mike has said that. Not
Yeah.
in those exact words, but
Yeah, but meaning, right?
exactly. He has
It's a
said
good.
that.
It's a good impression, though.
Very good impression. Very good impression. Mike, you have to agree.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know,
it's okay.
my dad's in hospital, and
I know.
he's been watching the show.
No,
and
hold on a
listen,
second.
I'm the
Let's-
real Mike. You
too
can
far.
shut up.
Too
Yeah.
far.
I'm
Too
the
far.
real Mike. No, I'm the real Mike.
No.
Just keep it fun. Keep it fun and not personal, and everything's cool.
It is fun.
I was swimming with these guys,
Hey,
and then we
watching
all
the show.
shot through the top of this giant water
appreciate all the
fountain, and
support.
we had the best time ever.
Bear, you know what? You couldn't
Those
give
fucking
me,
Mexican wrestlers are
you
crazy,
couldn't
man.
give me any money in the world not to eat this smoked chicken. Fuck me down.
Where'd
It
that
looked
come from,
amazing.
Bear?
Bear, I got
You
this-
don't know about the Mexican wrestler? You know the Wizard and how much he hates Mexican wrestler?
Exactly.
Oh,
You don't know the story, dog? Don't remember?
Bear,
I
Bear, tell
forgot
me
about
this
I
that.
think
food.
one of the
Bear.
funniest moments ever.
Bear, tell me this food. Food, Bear, food. What's your opinion on food, Bear?
Eat it.
Food.
Like,
Food
I
is
got-
good.
Bear,
Food
I
is
just
good.
cooked this smoked chicken. You know, smoked chicken with hickory wood. Just
I think
Barbecue.
that's delicious. I
It's-
don't know why
you know,
would you not
smoked
like
chicken. Smoked
Yeah.
chicken. That is
Archie,
super.
are you smoking it in your own barbecue or did you buy
Yes.
a smoker's? Okay,
No,
so
no.
you-
Like a Traeger or something? Or
So it's actually a Weber. It's with a Weber one where you put the coals in the
Lucha
bottom.
Libre. That's right. Oh,
I
love
want to
that.
eat that chicken. I want to eat the smoked chicken. You know what?
And then
Smoked
Archie,
chicken.
do you have was there a tube that you filled with pellets and then you put it in the Weber? Or
What tube does that do?
well, like I have a propane Weber and
No.
they make
This is the one you got to get the coals
charcoal.
done first.
Yeah.
Then you put them in. You pour them in without. So I
You
was had
did the
trouble.
barbecue. You did the barbecue videos in the past. I remember you would go to some
Yeah.
park or somewhere and with your
Yes.
family, and you were doing the barbecue. So obviously you do like barbecue. I don't know why you're complaining.
And I had trouble getting it started because this is a different
Ah.
technique.
So just a liquid, go nuts and
Yeah,
like that.
I got
tried it.
burns myself. Bear, tell me this. Bear, you know
What
what?
the heck?
I-
What sounds are there? What do we have?
I
what's
gotta
going
tell
on?
you, Bear, you know
it's a
what,
jet,
Bear?
It's a jet taking
Bear.
off.
I got to tell you, Bear, we've never been so rich in history. Like, I'll be honest with you, to have the number of watches that you've got, and even the watches I've got, that is ridiculous. This world, we're ungrateful. We've never had so much, but we're so unappreciative.
Speaking of unappreciative,
I just
can I ask
wanted
for
to
plastic?
beat Goldberg. I want to be much, much cooler than Goldberg. That was my goal. It's nothing got to do with money and watches. I wanted to make sure I have 10 Daytonas before he had the first one. That was my goal, Archie. I wanted to
wanna-
destroy Goldberg.
I want to ask if we can be blessed with a plastic Pigsley.
I got to be.
Oh,
Plastic
yes.
Pigsley.
Pigsley hasn't been on this show for so long.
Or
I would
plastic
love
wizard.
to talk.
Well,
Or
you know,
Woody.
on the topic
Listen, guys,
of
hey, listen, Listen,
when
guys,
he's
it's
done.
been great to come on the show. I much appreciate it. I'm gonna leave you now with the fake mic. See you
Okay.
guys.
Cool.
See you, real Mike.
Bye, real Mike. So, on the topic of watch collecting, I have found that I need to have something to focus on, something in my life that, like, when I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about, and when I go to bed, I'm thinking about it. A hobby, a passion, something that drives me, something that maybe it's a girlfriend, maybe it's watches, maybe it's my Harley Davidson that I'm fixing right now, but I always have to have some driving force in my life. If I'm not creating or working towards something, I'm stagnating. And
Can I
if
just ask you something? Are you real Mike or you are fake Mike?
no,
I'm
this
not
is
sure.
this is the real Mike.
Okay.
It's for
Thanks,
sure,
man.
for real.
Keep going.
This
Keep going.
impersonation is fucking incredible, by the way.
Yeah, prove it. How do you?
I
God
just
damn, is it good.
I find that if I'm not moving forward, in progressing, then I'm stagnating, and so that's what keeps me always moving
Hey,
forward
Mike.
towards a
Hey,
goal.
you know what I'm happy about right now, Archie?
What's that?
Without a lot of begging and pleading and being annoying as I can be, we actually got 101 likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you
Wow.
very much. I
All right.
appreciate it.
You know what?
Good
I
deal.
got to tell you, Mike, I've been actually had the same problem myself. I've actually, Bear, can I say this to you? I've
Mike,
been a
Bear,
bit
Mike,
depressed the
Bear,
last
Mike,
week. I've been
Birmingham,
depressed the
green
last
room.
week. I have been depressed the last week because there's nothing I really want in watches. Like, besides hyped Rolex. Of course, I want hyped Rolex at retail.
Listen, that's actually you're content with your collection. That's good.
No, but I've been
good
depressed,
news.
Bear. It's made me depressed.
Look
There's
look
nothing
for
I'm
look for
lusting
new
for.
hobbies. Look for a new hobby.
Toyota Mo, $5 Bear. How much to find out why you really hate the log drainer? P.S. I can't stand the log drainer as well.
Unfortunately, Archie does not allow me to clearly say why I hate him.
Yeah, and I got to be honest with you. The log drainer was always good to me. He was nice to me. I kind of like him, but you know what? At the end of the day,
fuck yourself for that. Go fuck off.
I'm just telling you.
You like him?
I'd
ahead,
rather
like
have
him.
the
Fuck
Bear. At
off.
the end of the day, it's a business decision. The Bear
I
is.
want to be the Bear's anger translator, if I can. And what he's
Well,
saying, what he's saying, Archie, is, I love you, but I disagree with you right now.
Well, I made
Thank
my
you,
choice.
Doc.
I'm always
Doc,
with the
I love
Bear.
you.
The Bear. I love the Bear. The
And
Bear's
back at you
always.
too, Bear. You know that.
Hey, I
But
want to ask you something,
Archie,
you fucking
Yeah.
asshole, Archie. Okay,
Yeah.
I want to ask you this. When you say stuff like that,
Yeah.
okay, do you remember mocking he did of you on his live stream when he made you look like a total ass? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
When you were trying to
can
go
you-
on,
How
when he
can
was
you
trying to
like
go
a
on.
person like that? What is there to fucking like? Tell me. I'm asking you now, seriously, no shtick.
Yeah.
Man to man.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah. Look, I think all of us are flawed, okay? We all do things that piss
Oh,
us
there you
off.
go with your fucking bullshit. Okay, are you going to answer or no? Just say I don't want to answer.
I mean this as a compliment, Bear, and I didn't notice it before. You sound a little bit like Joe Pesci from, you know what I'm talking about.
a little bit.
Toyota Mo, $2. He left you hanging, Arch. I don't. He's right. Toyota Mo, you're 100%
Sometimes
right.
Archie looks like a woman who likes to be slapped like a little bitch and abused.
Yes.
Maybe I should start doing that, and then you're gonna love me. What the fuck does that mean?
You're right. Actually, Bear, you're right. Sorry, I got a bad memory. You're right, Bear. I think the problem is, Bear, I've been abused. I've gone from one abusive relationship to the next. I had Clive and Dog Trainer.
On this
I had
panel
Pigsley
right now,
and JJ and
on this panel right now, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. Not one person here has ever betrayed you, disappointed you, hated you, said something,
You're right.
used you. So there is tons of people
Can I drop my link, Arch?
Surrounded by love, Archie. You're surrounded by
Not,
love.
not even necessarily love.
The
you're
wide
right.
open arms of the love of your
basic
community.
respect. Basic respect. How's that?
I suppose, Bear, the problem is, right, you look at these individuals, right? I don't invest so much into them where I'm easily disappointed. I kind of just hold back a bit, you know. I'm expecting them to disappoint me, okay?
And then what happens? Then you
They do.
explode. Then you
They do.
explode, and then you say things that are much more extreme. Then people abuse that and so on. When in reality you have a very good heart. Showcase
in
watches.
life, though, you have to leave yourself open, or you won't allow people in to be to be
Showcase
loved.
watches, £4.50. I missed
So
a couple
that
of
leaves
streams.
you open to being hurt. But
Did we finally get the electric collar on Marcelo? He's very quiet today. Who zapped his nuts with 24 volts?
Oh, he doesn't.
dropped
He doesn't
his
know what
toaster in
happened.
the bath.
He doesn't know what happened in Marcelo's bathroom, huh?
Yeah, look, I got to tell you, Bear. I got to tell you seriously, Bear.
Unfortunately,
You know
we
what?
all know what happened in there, but
This hobby itself, Bear.
I don't know which one's worse, dude. Oh my gosh.
See, showcase what you're missing.
So, Archie, are you really depressed? You say you're depressed because you've reached the pinnacle of your watch collecting, but I don't think you're depressed. I just think you've reached a point of you don't know where to go next with things.
I suppose.
I don't think that like defines depression. You know,
Mikey, can we just say good evening to ABC? He's been with us for an hour, and I don't even know if he's actually on
hello,
the stream.
ABC.
Hi,
No,
ABC.
I just joined a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
I
How
joined
are you,
earlier
man?
on, but I think I was having audio problems.
Okay.
Well, you sound great now.
Yeah,
You
you
sound
sound good. Sound awesome.
Thanks. Good to be on.
But Archie, I don't think the word
chat.
depression is the word to use.
$2. You have to have nuts for them to get zapped.
True.
Let me say this. I think the thing is, with the hobby itself, Mike, I'm disappointed in BMWs. I don't want to own one. Plastic water pump. Plastic
Tell me about
turbo fours. I fucking hate that. I want a straight six.
Well,
I gotta tell you, I look at the Rolex collection. You know what? I want a Pepsi. A $30,000 for a fucking Pepsi.
You and me
It's
both.
ridiculous. A panda. I'd love a panda. Bear, I'd love a panda. You know this?
No, you don't need a panda. You have Speedy.
I posted a vintage Pepsi this morning. I think it was 40.
Yeah, I've seen that. Holy moly.
Insane. It wasn't the 4-digit, it was a 5-digit.
Yeah.
I have a customer that had one or has one from the 80s. And earlier somebody was asking about how you go out with everybody staring at your watch. I asked him if I could look at it, and we were talking, and I said, has anybody ever mentioned this to you or asked you about it? And he said, you're the first person. And he's had it since 1980, whenever.
Is he a watch person?
What's that?
Is he a watch person?
No. It's his only good watch. It's been on 1,000 sheep hunts. It's up to Alaska, all over. I mean, it's got a lot of stories on it.
It's that previous generation. He got his watch and he wears it daily.
You know what, Bear?
Could get him.
What stopped you just having one amazing watch like you? What?
I don't want to go into that, but I want to go into this whole Pepsi story. I'm still going to say that I think for your collection, the right move is upgrading your Explorer 2 and your Milgauss to a Pepsi.
Totally.
While you can.
I really believe that's a right move. It's improving on quality.
$5, £5. Arch, 2022 is your year of traveling, meeting the fans, and next stage in this journey for the channel. Big things are coming. 100,000 subs. I hope so, because it's been fucking hard. It's been a hard.
Finchy, I believe that, Finchy, too. Wonderful, Finchy. Great super chat.
Would the upcoming London watch show for you be a good place to possibly sell that while you're...
Look, the problem is I've
there?
paid fucking... Australia's like Canada. I've paid all the fucking taxes on these things, and if I bring another one in, I got to fucking pay taxes on it. You know what I mean? They don't give me a fucking tax credit.
Come on, Archie. Let's
live on the edge a little bit.
What a fucking
Fuck the
crap.
man.
You are tonight, honest to God, you're worse than Team Right tonight. You start to sound and act like fucking Team Right. Snowflake.
Put it on your ankle and walk through the through the detector.
James,
listen to the bear inside of you.
Showcase watches £4.50. Arch has a beautiful wife, kids, good income, dream job, beautiful collection, and financial security. He's not depressed. His compass freezes sometimes.
True, James. You're a good man. You see things clearly. The black dog sometimes comes from nowhere, and it's not always easy to shoo him away. So, Archie, it does happen.
It's called normal.
But I have never seen Archie more in control and relaxed and enjoying what he does than I did in the last year. Let's call it a year.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
PG, $5. Archie, it's gotta hurt. A great man told me that once.
You know, it has
How do
been
I get a
quite
Pepsi? How do I get a Pepsi in Brisbane, Bear?
You go to a dealer and you basically say, I would like to trade my Explorer 2 and my Milgauss toward Pepsi. That's about the same value. You actually might get some money back. I mean, what does the Explorer 2 trade for? They trade for about 16, 17 Australian, call it, right?
Yep.
What does the Milgauss trade for?
It's a fair trade.
About 12, 13, right? Am I in the right ballpark?
Yep.
There is your value. There is your value for the Pepsi.
I'd take
And
both of
let's
those
be
to
honest,
London with you.
Pepsi brings. If Pepsi goes up, these things go up. You're not buying it. You're not getting it with straight out from the. You are taking advantage of increased value of the two Rolex watches to upgrade to a superior Rolex watch.
And don't forget, the longer you wait on buying this Pepsi, the more psychologically prohibitive the price will be for you.
Correct.
Yes.
But I think the pre-ceramics are catching up. There are now pre-ceramic GMTs
Actually,
in pounds at about 12, 13,000.
More sometimes.
For Archie, to be honest with you, pre-ceramic is not something that he would enjoy. Archie loves modern, loves ceramic, loves the...
You love modern as well, Bear, don't you?
Yeah, I know that. When I speak what Archie loves...
I like the stuff. I like the stuff. The new
when I talk what Archie loves, I talk with confidence because we love the same shit.
I think, Bear, I think you're a reissue guy. You may not know it, but if you got reissue,
I do know it, but I do like. Can somebody buy me a chocolate, please? I would like to have a piece of chocolate and torture Archie. Please, $2. Buy.
There's got to be somebody who wants to see Archie tortured.
After
There's
looking at my
people.
customers' Pepsi, I wasn't on board with getting one, but if I did get one, it would be pre-ceramic. And just looking at it just had a lot of character to it. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
It was neat.
They do. I originally had only pre-ceramics.
Would a Pepsi Light work
and
for me, Bear?
Sea Dweller.
Pepsi Light?
I loved them.
Pepsi
Light? No.
Tuna.
No.
You'll sell that in 3 months.
You want to narrow the number and increase the prestige and quality.
You know who you are, Pontiff. Every time you look at it, you'll say, I wish this was a Pepsi.
What a trio. Sub
Ooh,
that you have.
Archie.
Pepsi, and Speedy. I love it.
That's a perfect trio right there. I have to admit.
And this is not
Yes,
someone that
green
I don't-
loom. Where's the loom? Green loom.
Oh,
Where's
that's
green
right.
loom?
Ooh, Archie, the community wanted to buy me a tutor, and I didn't even want it for free. That doesn't say you shouldn't get one. I don't know what will.
Stephen Monash, $2. Go ahead, Bear. Don't even take the wrapper off.
No, we take Archie. This is so
Full
delicious.
screen.
So delicious, Archie. Okay. How did you
kind is
taught
this?
me?
I wore
Lindor.
my tutor all day today, going around and
Ooh,
picking up
Bear.
stuff and shopping, and then I got a flat tire on my car.
You got run flats, haven't you?
No, they're long gone. And so I used Fix-A-Flat, but the nail was too huge, so it didn't work.
I hate that.
So I've got to have my car towed to a tire shop in the morning, and I'm hoping they can fix it. But
You should just
if
take
not,
the wheel off.
yeah, I may do that and just take it if I can get a ride to the tire shop.
It's at
If they
home,
can't
isn't
fix
it?
it, if the hole's too big and they can't fix it, I'm going to have to buy a pair of rear tires because they're about half worn out.
Talk about what?
Tires.
I just want to talk
Anyway,
about
What happened?
tires.
What is that?
New
That
fire
Pacific
salesman
Northwest.
and the tire guy. What happened with the tire guy?
I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm gonna
Pacific
check on my
Northwest,
chicken.
what is that watch you're holding out?
Archie. What happened with
Seamaster
the
300?
tire salesman guy that was advertising on your channel?
Oh, the money
That's
dried
a
up.
cool watch.
I don't care. The money dried up. What do I give a fuck? Jesus
voice is
Christ,
a little-
Bear.
goes
This
a
is
little
a
higher.
business, Bear. It's a business.
I'm ready for the second one, guys. Please and thank you.
I'll be
But
back
I've
in a
been
minute.
fucking
I'm gonna
around
check
putting
that
different
chicken.
straps
Oh,
on
Toyota
this, and
Mo.
it's
Toyota
been a
Mo. $5.
blast.
I agree with Bear. It's only getting worse. Trade 2 pieces for a fuck off Rolex. And yes, a Pepsi is fuck off watch nowadays.
Does this count like a chocolate donation too? Can I have a chocolate?
Chocolates
or
for closers, Bear.
Yes.
Chocolates for
not?
closers.
Oh, excellent, ABC. Excellent. Hey, ABC, are
Yeah.
you using ABC based on that movie?
No,
Always be
that's actually
closing?
coincidence. Coincidence.
Yeah, I just crossed my. Where is the ABC coming from?
It's my initials.
Oh, that's your initials. Interesting. You have initials that are always be closing. Interesting.
Just like BBW are my initials. I don't know what people are thinking, but it's just my initials, gang.
You know, people have dirty minds, especially on this show, Doc. That never crossed my. Isn't it big, beautiful watches? Actually, I don't know. What is it?
I put Big Beautiful Watch up. Yes.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
So what's
I
the
don't
Blues
know what
Brothers
this other
about?
stuff is. Oh, that was something that Blue Shirt Buddha and I had in common. Were the bluesies. We were bluesy brothers.
Blues Brothers, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I did that. I did that mostly for Blue Shirt.
Not to interrupt this discussion with Watch Talk. PNW, you said you were looking for some straps for your that Seamaster 300.
No, I found a company that what I buy like 5 or 6 of them.
It's not Marcello.
It's
Different
ABC.
straps. I
The
bought
luckiest
one Omega,
man on the face of the earth.
I bought one Omega strap from the AD for fucking $160. But this company that I found, I have trouble finding a long enough NATO straps, and
Ooh, how big is your wrist?
Line.
Yeah, what do you
8
got, like
inches.
9-inch wrists?
There's a good English channel that talks about NATO straps. I heard.
Let me see you crack me up, man.
Trevor got his wrist from all that.
You're
That
awesome, man.
at the
You're awesome.
manifesto. His wrist is engorged.
It's from doing all that logging.
Is it 8-inch? Don Haynes is 8-inch.
Hey, how is Don doing? Are you in touch with him?
He posts occasionally. So
Where
I
do you
assume
see him?
I haven't seen a lot of them, but I've seen him post occasionally on WhatsApp.
He opened a Facebook group. I belong to the Blank Pen fan club, and then he just disappeared, and the group died.
Wow.
So I have no
What about
idea.
Matt
if he's
Stevens?
Well, that's the guy that loves that shitty old piece of shit Mercedes, right? That's him.
He left our group. Actually, we don't know what happened.
Yeah, he left, and I don't know.
I have an 8-inch wrist. Measuring right now.
Where do you get your NATOs? Where do you get your NATOs from?
I've never worn anything but bracelets.
Yeah, I need to know.
You never wore bracelet?
No, he never
No,
wore anything but
I
bracelets.
only wear bracelets.
Oh,
I've
okay,
never.
okay.
My next thing I'm going to try is a nice. My jeweler has recommended to me a custom leather worker who uses like the finest cowhide, and he's local. And I'm going to try a leather strap for one of my watches. Try that out next. That will be my experimenting with something different.
Don't do the sub though.
No, I'll do I'll probably do my my James Cameron, or maybe my Seiko. Just maybe start out harmless.
My watches look bad on leather, man. I just get a cool NATO.
Is it from the fish candy? Fish candy?
Yeah.
Oh, look at
Jesus.
this.
You burned it? What the?
No, smoke.
Actually looks really good.
Smoke is nice.
I think he's
By the way, sir, I was quiet. I took a shower.
showing off. Archie's
Dang.
showing off, guys.
That
What
looks
else
like
is
Jamaican jerk chicken.
Guys, I took
Very
a shower.
nice, very
Sorry, I
nice.
was quiet.
Oh yeah.
Oof. Look
Eat
at the
that
big boy
chicken.
appetite. Big boy appetite. This is like revenge now, because I was teasing him with the chocolate.
Yeah.
Now he's
man.
fucking with me with the oh my god.
Shoot it all the way. Shoot it all the way.
Some
Arch.
sort of
This is-
fetish video
wow.
going on here.
This is what happens when he takes his time.
That's it.
That's
it,
a
ladies
whole
and
chicken
gentlemen.
almost.
the
It's
the
actually
chicken.
not bad for you. What he's eating right now is actually not bad at all. Just it's a little bit a lot.
He's
How
eating
long
it
did you
fast.
say?
This is the
rice
Chicken
might have
Diva
been
channel.
healthy.
Chicken Diva.
It's low carb, to be fair.
Man, this guy's
Yeah,
putting it
yeah.
down.
It does look good. It does
You
look
guys
good.
can hear me?
Archie.
And why fuck around with
Archie.
veggie? No veggie, no potato.
You
Who
guys can hear
cares?
me?
Just go for the meat, Arch.
High protein, low carb.
Archie.
Atkins.
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh, Marcelo's back, guys.
Marcelo's back.
There we go.
Let it rip, Marcelo.
Man, he's
Can
working
anybody
that
hear him
chicken
talk?
hard.
Hold on, everyone shut up for a second. I have the perfect idea for the best stream. Archie remains full
Archie,
screen
super
eating
chat.
chicken.
Joe Kramer, super chat.
Joe
Appreciation
Kramer,
for your
$2.
eating
Watching the
skills.
big boy eat. Now that's a treat.
I
So
agree, Joe.
we'll watch Archie eat, and then everyone shut up and just let Marcelo talk. I think that would be the perfect thing for the viewers.
That is
Yep.
gold.
That's
That
a
is
good idea.
gold. That is gold. And they need to pay a super chat to shut up me. That was
Continue,
Archie, I don't know how
continue,
I could
Marcelo.
send it, but I do smoked
I just-
cheddar in my barbecue.
I just took a shower
Very good.
and preparing myself to clean the restaurant that is a fucking mess from yesterday. So I'm going to do that. Oh, I got ting. This means a mail. Ting. But what is the ting? Let me see what is the ting. I cannot see the ting because I am in the fucking stream. So the ting I will check later. But I got a ting. Ting can be probably my tennis coach tell me that probably the fucking coach available.
This is some
for
vintage.
fucking
Ronnie, you were
$2.
right. You were right.
Destroying that chicken.
Guys,
Ron,
shut up.
this-
Let him
Chat,
talk.
super
Let him
chat,
talk.
big boy. Pavel, $5.
Let the man speak.
He loves it.
Oh,
Arch,
Pavel's
super
ruining
chat.
Pavel,
it.
$5. Amazing content. Marcelo muted.
Another super chat. Paul.
Did you coat that in anything, Arch?
No, Joe
does Archie
Kramer.
need
Who
two
eats
phones
faster,
for?
this or Archie?
I think Archie.
Yeah, I think Archie
Honestly,
also.
I think
yeah.
Archie. He's inhaling and swallowing that. It looks like when a snake swallows like a big rat.
My God.
All I'm
He's
gonna
got
say,
this
I'm
detachable
fucking
jaw
hungry now. I'm hungry.
detachable jaw that opens up and the mouth like enlarges twice as big. And
I'm hungry,
What's-
guys. I'm
I
starving.
think you should.
right
I
now.
think you
It's
should coat it
amazing.
with
You know, smoked
a
chicken.
salt
It's
pack of some
amazing.
sort.
You mean you're having more?
Are you getting more, Archie? No, he's not.
I might have a diabetes lie down later.
not off chicken.
There's no
You're not.
sugar in chicken.
Yeah.
Lexter
I didn't-
Dexter actually giving advice, Archie.
No
with
oil.
With gravy, you could eat faster.
You know what? That's the first thing he said that's made sense. I agree with him.
I am so impressed. Lexter Dexter actually starts to make sense.
Me, that's why. I'm screaming my guts out. Listen, whoever didn't subscribe yet.
I wish we could hear from Marcelo.
They should subscribe.
I thought he was muted.
The things that is in the group.
I think
Yeah,
Archie muted him.
You guys have no idea how amazing the group is. Whoever didn't subscribe right now. Pay a PayPal to Archie and subscribe right now.
We'll
You
screen on
guys
the
not
screen,
going
please.
to be disappointed.
What's he talking about?
Amazing.
Marcelo, what are you talking about?
Super chat, please, and thank you, Archie.
Green room, $1.
I seriously want to know what Marcelo.
He's talking about joining the WhatsApp group.
They started talking about
ArchieLuxury.
tings
barely
and
hear
stuff
him.
before. What's a ting?
I'm a
Well,
bit full now, boys.
I think his phone
sometimes we just don't understand everything. It's a mystery of the show. The moments when we go into dark side with Marcelo
It doesn't have to
and
make
green
sense.
room. And yeah, why would all this have to make sense? Come on.
Marcelo
Our man,
narrating somebody
Hop and
eating
Smash,
is
Hop and Smash,
amazing.
super chat.
ArchieLuxury, man of mystery.
It was
Hop
a
on
very
Smash.
interesting
Birmingham's
segment.
most disgusted with AC3 than green room. After toilet gate, then he realized Marcelo was really on the toilet this whole time.
Yeah, I
don't think so.
I don't know if that photo's more disturbing than the Marcelo on the toilet photo.
Is that what they call
Absolutely
Gonzo
unbelievable.
streaming?
I'm
What happened
talking
to
and
him?
people talking over me.
Gonzo streaming, yeah.
Aw.
Order.
You look down from behind, like on over the shoulder perspective. It kind of looks big.
Is it?
You know, Bear, you were saying earlier about you thought that this last year, or Archie, I think maybe was saying, no, maybe it's you, saying that this last year you've noticed that the stream has been more, together, more bonded, more nicer.
No. I did not say that. I said that
Marcelo rules.
Archie seems more content. That's all.
Yeah,
Any aspect of
yeah.
his personal life.
The comment I was going to make is I haven't seen him explode. I haven't seen him blow up in anger on anybody in quite a while, which I think is a good thing. I don't think the anger is good for him.
Guys, I just want to say I have
Someone
to go.
mute him.
I want to wish you good night, all. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream with me. It was a privilege. I'm traveling early tomorrow, so I'll be gone for a couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks.
Well,
We don't need details, but what watch are you wearing?
Yeah.
When
for
you
the
travel?
trip. Oh,
More
this
than
one?
one.
Big sub.
Ah.
Big sub.
The Spite watch.
So I'll try to pop in on the show. I'm enjoying this tremendously. It's a true honor to be part of this group and on this live stream. Archie will stay in touch. Don't fucking make me call you if you bring those losers back on, because I'll take the fucking flight to Brisbane and I'm gonna murder you. Okay?
He means it too.
I love beer so much.
In translation for Bear, he's
Marcelo's having a breakdown.
He's
Bear
lost
is
it.
trying to tell you, Archie, that he'd be
Okay,
really disappointed
Bear.
if you
You have a
did that.
great time, Bear. We love you.
Yeah, have
See
a
you
good
later.
time, Bear.
Guys, thank you so much.
Have a fun
Bye-bye.
trip.
Oh.
We all love the bear.
We do.
Nobody
I
pay
very
money
much
to-
enjoy the bear.
Nobody pay money to mute me. This is what's going on.
Somebody
Ooh,
paid
they already did.
$5.
Yeah, somebody did pay $5
I'm
to
losing
meet
my
you.
throat. I need.
You know, someone,
I need
whoever muted Marcelo is interfering with like this modern art masterpiece of watching somebody eat and Marcelo say whatever in the
Yeah.
background is amazing.
So
Ooh,
we
I tell you
let.
what, I think I had a bit too much of that chicken. You know that I just.
I have to say,
You ate it
Who-
fast.
That was impressive.
it was a weird sort of artistic video when somebody came into the channel as he's eating and Marcelo's talking, and they can't figure out what's going on. What is
But it was
this?
I gotta
beautiful,
say,
though.
it's much better
It
than
was beautiful.
eating KFC chicken butt, Trapper. You know that?
Oh yeah.
Much more. It's smoked.
You should look up a recipe for a salt pack or something to coat that in before you smoke it. That'd be good.
This
Yeah,
is the part of the show where Marcelo loses his mind.
Yeah, I think Marcelo's cracking up. He's breaking up.
He's
He's
been
breaking up.
streaming 3 days straight.
$6 million man. He's breaking up. He's breaking
I
up.
Trapper
need to
John,
warm-
what does
to warm
possum
up
taste like?
for tonight?
Possum?
I have a stream
Well, it
in,
tastes
in,
like
Possum.
chicken.
in an hour.
Possum tastes
need
like
to warm
chicken,
up.
man. You know that.
Absolutely.
Hey, warming up for tonight.
Rattlesnake tastes like chicken. Squirrel's supposed to taste
Alligator.
like chicken.
Alligator tastes
Alligator.
like chicken,
No,
different
it doesn't.
Certain
consistency.
parts of it.
And interestingly, chicken tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
No,
of
chicken
all, of
tastes
all
like
things.
It's all. This show's all collapsing here now that.
Oh, the real.
Got the real monster smoked the snake.
But you have them on. You have them on a low volume.
Oh, there's the real
Marcelo
one.
is going to get chained to a bed next to Dis. Might just mute him for a minute there.
What's happening?
Marcelo is going to get chained to a bed next to Dis.
That's funny, actually.
Imposter. I'm the real fucking Mike the Snake. Who's this motherfucker?
He is. I believe him. I believe every fucking word he says.
I'm the genuine article. Fuck you, man. You think you're fucking me? I'm me. I'm the real Mike.
Okay.
I think Marcelo's
Guys,
trying to get a super chat donation to.
It's literally
to
unlistenable. It's
Exactly.
literally unlistenable.
Trapper, smoking meats. What do you think of smoking meats? It's quite expensive, but isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's that
Why do
expensive.
they charge so much at a deli?
Well, I mean, it takes time. I mean,
It's kind of an art form.
Yeah.
It's
kind of
cheaper
an
to
art
eat it
form.
than smoke it.
We'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
He was telling me about how to smoke a chicken, and he fucking knows a lot about smoking chickens, that guy. So why don't we just ask JJ how to smoke a chicken?
See,
JJ, come back.
it's cooked
You
in its
go,
own
girl.
juices.
You
JJ,
go, girl.
come back. You can smoke
I have
the
a-
chickens with me. JJ, come back. You can smoke a chicken or three. JJ, come back.
I gotta tell
Okay.
you, it's
Friday night with the Insane Asylum.
Finchy, £2.
Yeah.
Type
Tim,
1
yeah.
for
Somebody talk
evil
about chicken.
wizard.
Do
No
you
smoking
fucking
meat,
love
not
these
expensive.
guys.
I smoke meat
I
to
love
save
you.
money. It preserves it. Yes, it does. It does.
Hold on, we can have a
smoke,
battle of the evil wizards.
Do you smoke salmon, Arch? Have
I
you
love
ever-
salmon smoked. Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I do
I've done
quite
it
a
on
bit
the
of that in
barbecue.
spring.
I wouldn't recommend it with farm salmon, though. I'd recommend it only with wild salmon.
Oh, why's
Yeah,
that?
no,
Why's
farm,
that?
farm salmon is supposed to be the world's worst, most toxic food ever.
And actually, salmon caught right out of the ocean is quite a lot better than, salmon 700 miles upstream, I guess.
Isn't
Yeah,
salmon
because they're
freshwater?
worn out from going upstream, and because they're spawning, they're
Yeah.
kind of tired. They're
When they-
tired. The meat isn't as good.
Yeah.
They're
I thought
freshwater
salmon,
ABC, but
salmon are
they go
freshwater,
I'll
right?
tell you what,
they
Salmon
go
don't
to
Yeah.
the
swim.
ocean.
the best thing to do
Yeah,
is
ocean
when
caught
the salmon is
salmon.
spawning. You jump in naked with the spawning salmon. It's fucking great. You'd love it. You really fucking love it.
Hey, this real Mike the Snake guy is fucking great, man.
So,
Tell
man,
us how you catch
where
salmon.
did you get this nail?
I
Are
love
you got the
you,
car at
Fake
home
Mike.
now, or where's the car, Mike?
What's that?
Where's the car, at home, or where is it?
It's in the driveway. I made a couple of attempts with fix a
Okay,
flat and a plug,
shut the
you know,
fuck
the old
up,
style plug.
Fake Mike, because
But
You don't have a
there's a
spare
whole
wheel at home?
Archie, and don't
You
listen
don't
to
have
this
spare wheels?
motherfucker.
I don't. And BMW doesn't come with a
Yeah,
spare
yeah,
tire.
I
They
got
come with
spare wheels.
run flats.
I know.
And so
Shut the fuck up,
And
Fake
the
Mike.
fix a flat.
they've long since been replaced. And I happened to run over a fairly large bolt.
I can't
So
breathe.
too big for fix a flat to fix. So I'm gonna have to get it patched. And they couldn't do it today, so I got to deal with it tomorrow. I did get a ride to the grocery store, and what did I buy? I bought smoked chicken, just like Archie just had.
Smoked chicken. You got how much was that?
They sell whole chickens at Safeway for $8, and they're hot in a bag, and they're cooked, and they're delicious.
I
And
went to the same store that JJ went to, and I got a discount on the chickens when I mentioned JJ's name. Yeah.
Half on Smash, $2. Real Mike the Snake, will you please paint my RC car?
sure, do that.
Do that, yeah. I'd love to paint your car anytime.
People are watching this.
So, Ronnie, I wanted to ask you something, Ron.
Yeah, please.
What's wrong with Marcelo? Tell me this.
Psychologically, I think he means. What's wrong with him psychologically?
You know, he has the most beautiful collection I've ever seen, and he's just I don't know what to make of Marcelo.
I lost it.
Isn't
I
he?
lost
Oh, come on now. Make some guesses. Could it be bipolarism there, Ron?
No.
No.
I think it's
two
just
evil wizards have it out.
a little bit of manic showing off.
Can we have the two evil wizards on?
Listen,
Real
guys,
Mike,
I'm
do you have it to weigh in on the
thinking about my next
diagnosis?
watch. Anyone got any suggestions for my next watch? I've got the Hong Kong sub. Any other suggestions?
Hey,
So,
Mike,
Mike,
any
now have
comments
to
on
shift to
Marcelo?
glide lock class.
What's this Hong Kong sub you're talking about?
I don't know. I didn't understand it all.
I was taking off the stickers on my sub, and there's one more sticker to take off. It said "Made in Hong Kong," and I figure I must have.
Oh yeah, I threw that sticker away real quick so nobody could see it.
Made in Hong Kong. Yeah.
Pressure, man.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. I'm happy being the fake
Listen,
Mike the
guys,
Snake.
So I'm going to leave you with the fake Mike, and I'm going to head off now and going to
Hey,
smoke
man, it
bacon
was-
chickens with
it was a pleasure having you on.
Archie, I just need to do some vacuuming real quick.
Towards
Is
the
anyone
end,
still
the real
watching?
Mike sounded like Bill Clinton.
Oh.
I
Well,
did
that
not
was-
have
that was fucking
sexual
funny.
relations with that woman.
I did not know you liked Bill Clinton so much. You like him that much?
Well, I want to
They're
Pretty good
showing
show
us,
today. We had fun. Ron,
Archie.
Yes.
These steel watches, they're so expensive, you know. How is
Yes.
the average man meant to get one?
That's exactly it, man. How can anyone get anything? The whole hobby has gone.
Yeah,
It's gone crazy. It's gone crazy.
it has.
Speaking
I
of
hope to
speaking of
obtain one
crazy.
more watch, one more Rolex in my collection, and then I'm done. Somebody's shaving with their Norelco.
Shut the fuck up! The man is talking. Shut the fuck up, Marcelo. Archie, mute him. Shut the fuck up, Marcelo. The man is talking. Marcelo, shut the fuck up.
Man,
Shut the fuck up! You shut the fuck up! You shut the fuck up!
I'll be right back.
Marcelo, the man is talking.
You can make me
Okay,
shut the fuck up. You
guys.
cannot make me shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up.
Shit.
Mark, your chin is shit.
Canelo?
Yeah, I suppose that's how it goes there. Birmingham, how are you been, man? What's going on in your world?
I'm doing
He's
okay.
the only, he's the only link to sanity.
Yes.
Coming to visit the insane asylum.
Anything to buy lately? What's going on with you? You lusting for anything?
No, nothing that.
Get that credit card paid off.
Yeah, my wife wants a new car now.
Birmingham, thinking about your collection, Birmingham. I lose sleep.
Losing sleep over it. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Okay, tell me this. What sort of car are you looking at, Birmingham?
She's looking at it'd be like a family SUV. So
They're
like
expensive.
maybe a Toyota 4Runner or Highlander or
They're expensive.
Marcelo, shut the fuck up, Marcelo. Shut the fuck up. The men are talking.
there's definitely more expensive cars and they last forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I apologize to anyone with ears.
Green, Ron, how are you going, man? When are you getting a Rolex?
It's probably gonna be 7 to 8 months. I have to say, the last 20 minutes, it's the hardest I've laughed in a long time. I don't know what it is about this cacophony, but it's so perfect.
Hey, that's great.
I need help.
I'll be back in 1 minute, guys.
What?
Now it's go wild.
You guys,
He
super
can't
chat
take it
or
anymore.
Archie's gonna end the show. You guys got a super chat.
He can't take it anymore.
This is so fun.
Two in the show.
Keep it going.
He's out.
Did we
This is what would happen if One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was done virtually.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Oh, you left just as I was gonna offer.
Bye.
I've,
Do you think we can get JJ back on the show? Mike, can you sing JJ come back, Mike?
Hey, Pigsley, could
JJ,
you please
come back?
Pigsley, hold on a second. Could you please hand the mic over to Woody? I know he's standing right next to you. Could you let Woody speak, please?
We need somebody to speak.
Oh,
slow.
yeah, sure. Hey, Woody, would you like to jump on the show? I
just
just
want to
want to talk watches. Have you seen the news on it? I love the community.
Wow.
Have you seen the news on it?
Well, I just decided I do fine art as well as painting
I
the
just
model
wanna
car
talk
bodies.
watches.
I'm gonna do a fine art piece for Archie. I'm gonna do a fine art watch piece for Archie.
Did you guys realize I walk around my house going, I just want to talk watches? I can't get it out of my head.
I just hope Archie can handle it without me for a week because I actually I go for training.
Mike, I don't sleep, Mike, of your collection. I want because I sold my sub to Bear, so I want my sub. Can you sell me your sub, Mike, please?
Your what?
The Hong Kong version.
I want to buy your sub. I want to buy your Submariner.
Oh, no, not for sale.
Make
Sorry,
the Hong
bud.
Kong version. It's okay. The limited edition one.
I'll trade it for.
Shut the fuck up. The men are talking, Marcelo.
I'll trade my sub for a brand new Pepsi and a brand new Sea Dweller.
Did you know this? Listen, guys, I fooled everybody. I was going to have a fundraiser for a Pepsi pre-ceramic. Guess what? I fucked everybody over and I got a Batgirl. The joke's on the community. Sucked in, motherfuckers.
Very gracious of you.
Good for
humble.
you.
Classy.
Fuck
Hey,
the
Pixley,
community.
what
You
about
can
the
all get
leads?
fucked. I stole all the fucking leads too. And I took a fucking watch. It was $70,000 as well. I love fucking the community. Fuck you all.
Marco, I think the Vaseline finished. You should buy some Vaseline.
Shut the fuck up, Marcelo. The men are talking, Marcelo.
They're having Costco now a discount for Vaseline. Actually help. You know, it's a special edition. It's actually very smooth in the ass when you put it. You work nice.
It's called KY jelly.
What?
What the?
Listen, guys, I gotta go. It's time for JJ's afternoon walk. Come on, JJ. I'm taking you for a walk now. See everybody. Bye.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Pixley.
Pixley.
Plastic is a funny motherfucker right now, man.
Oh, he's
good.
What's going on, guys? Talk to me. What's happening here?
Comedy
I said,
genius.
No idea.
Comedy genius.
Woody stopped by.
Would he stop by?
Yes.
Hop on Smash.
And
We did
Pigsley.
that one. We've got no more super chats. What's happening, guys?
We had Plastic Pigsley and Woody, and he was doing a routine. He had it.
No, it's a
going.
20,
Tell me
it's
this,
the
guys.
20th
What's
minutes
the
of the
aim
show.
for next year? What's the aim? Ron, what are you aiming for? A Rolex, aren't you?
And sometime in 2022, I will have a 5-digit Coke on my wrist. That is my
Are you
goal.
going to be happy then? Because last time you had a 5-digit sub, it didn't seem to do anything for you.
Yeah, I don't know why the pre-ceramic GMTs seem to have a character that the subs don't have, but there's just something about. And I think I like the idea of having that bezel age as I wear it every day.
Hey, you're telling the story. I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you.
Yeah.
Just because you're telling me the story doesn't make it
have to
right,
agree.
Ron.
You do have to agree that a Submariner and a GMT, especially the pre-ceramics, are very different watches to wear.
Yeah.
Should I leave my bezels on the windowsill in the sun?
Definitely.
The dial too.
Rub a little bit of bleach on it. Just
Hey,
to...
No,
can you show your
just
Pepsi
leave
on the
them.
screen?
I think to be honest with you, there's nothing worse when they're artificially changed. Just leave them, okay? Put them away nicely.
I don't think you can just put them in the window and have the effect. I think you need to be outside and catching the UV and everything else.
I think you're best just to not do that. It's best not to artificially force anything.
Yeah,
Green Room, what are you getting next year? Well, you've got the date just. You don't need to get anything. You're happy, aren't you?
Archie, I'm going to get my license next year in some type of Hyundai sedan.
By the way, why do you need to get the N, the top of the line one? N line. That's expensive. Just get the
Because
base.
it looks cool, Archie.
He's splurging. He went and got a vacuum cleaner. He's going to get that. Hyundai. He's just splurging, man.
That's what
And
I need to
Clothing
get.
Hard, what are you lusting after? Anything?
I don't lust after anything.
I got to tell you, man, I'm honestly not looking. You know what I'd like to do is pay off my credit card. Like
That
I've
means
actually
you're
done
gonna
it.
get a new watch. That means you're gonna
Sorry?
get a new watch soon.
Yeah. As soon as you clear the
It'd be
credit card,
amazing
you're gonna
for
buy.
ratings. Archie, if
Sorry?
you sold literally everything and started over, that would be amazing for ratings.
Yeah, the problem is, Ron,
Oh,
I've
gee.
paid taxes on everything here. Do you understand? I've paid taxes. I have to sell these things internationally. It's just it's like Canada, the fucking nanny states.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really, you know what? I hate selling things. I really, and dealers. Honestly,
God,
Ron,
there's
tell
any
me
time
what
to
the
mute
fuck
Marcelo.
that is. Can you tell me
It's
what the
now.
fuck that is?
I think it's some
Marcelo
it's some
is
kind of a
not
Pokemon.
noise is not entertaining. Bright
Mute
blue
Marcelo.
comment.
Mute him.
Yeah, I have. And
He's
free
soliciting
hand
super chats.
missing
He's
winch.
soliciting super chats to silence him.
Exactly.
He's a supporter of the channel.
He
He
is, yeah.
is, but he's also going crazy right now. Which is...
Well, there's that too. But he loves Archie and he's a supporter of the channel. He
Yeah,
wants
he's
more
not a
super
bad
chat.
guy. I think he's
No,
got a
I
good
love
heart.
Marcelo. I love Marcelo.
Hey, he's got to be
And
a
you
smart
know-
entrepreneur because look at his watches.
But the Marcelo on the Archie stream is very different from the Marcelo on the Marcelo stream.
Yes,
He
I
is.
agree.
He is.
He's more,
Completely
tell
different
you-
character.
understandable
You know,
That-
I
on
got to
his
tell you,
streams.
now that Bear's gone, I can tell you the truth. I was feeling a bit down. Like I feel like besides getting hyped Rolex, like a Panda, a Pepsi, a Batgirl, a Batman, besides getting
Yep.
something or a Cermet,
Sure.
besides that hype stuff, there's
Yeah.
nothing really I want. And Patek's, the only Patek I really want would be something like a 5170 or
Exactly.
a 5960 or something
Now
like
you're
that. You know,
talking.
crazy. And I don't want to sell the ones I've got already. So I got to tell you, you're right, Ron. This hobby, once you get to the phase we're in now, it's kind of you get scared to sell things off because you may not be able to get it back again, and it's just too much hassle. Everything is too much hassle in this hobby.
Wouldn't you love to experience something like a 51? I like the 5172 better than the 5170. But wouldn't you love to experience an uber
You know
complicated
how
Patek?
expensive they are, but
But you can do it.
Yeah, but that wasn't his question.
Yeah,
Super chat.
you could get rid of your Pateks and do it.
The bear is
Bear
never
Clooney
gone.
watches $2. Bear is never gone.
He's always
See,
watching.
I have deep regrets when I sell something and then I wish I had it back again. And I think with the Pateks,
We know, Arch. We know that.
I think it's best not to let them go, Ron. That's the problem. I've been there before, Ron. And
Yeah.
you know what? I think best to keep what I got. Just enjoy and be humble and
You don't want to live in a coulda, shoulda, woulda world.
yeah. And you know, one thing I've found with this hobby is sometimes you're best just to keep what you've got, Ron, included yourself. If you would have kept that No Date sub, if you would have kept the big pilot, it probably is not going to make a big deal in your life, but Ron, do you understand that?
Yeah, selling the sub was a mistake for sure. Although I still would much prefer honestly, I could honestly get a 5-digit GMT Coke and just leave it on my wrist for the rest of my life and just exit the hobby. I could absolutely do that.
It's funny you say that. Like, wouldn't it be so cool? You know how you see these people who've had just a sub date for their entire life. You know what I mean? That's it. And it's got their scratches, it's got their thing on it. That is certainly so cool.
Yeah, my dad
I'm
wore
wearing
the
one of
one
those.
Rolex every day for like 30 years.
What did he
wore a
wear?
34 millimeter Air King, and that was and every time
he
I see
still
that
got
watch, I
it?
think of him. No, he got rid of it. But
Why did he get rid of it?
so it needed a service, and he didn't want to pay for the service, so he just said fuck it. And then he actually just got a tutor.
How much did he get for his fucking Rolex he sold?
Oh gosh, it was like in 2004, so I don't even know.
He wasn't into it. He didn't care like we care. It was just
Like,
a
he
tool.
didn't want to take it. Like, he would have got nothing for it, Ron.
Yeah, I don't know what he got for it. In 2004, he probably got 2 G's. I'm assuming. If that.
And does that make you sad that he did that? Like,
Yeah, because I would love to have it. I mean, it's I've actually tried to find the exact configuration that he's had. The problem is they're like $5,000. It's fucking ridiculous for a 34 millimeter.
Bright blue
Rolex.
comment, $2. Has anyone seen a Vacheron Sputnik in the metal? What's a Vacheron Sputnik?
You might
No
have
idea.
to look it up.
Yeah.
You
Never
might have
heard
to
of
Bobby
that.
Google that one.
There's
Having a
still a
look
couple.
now.
There's still a couple of Rolexes I still want to get, but it's gonna be saving up for years for each one to get.
It looks
And,
like a fucking. It looks like a fucking. What's the name? You know.
Satellite. It's a satellite.
I'll bring it up. It looks like a.
You're not making it sound. You're not making it
what's
sound
that- what-
aesthetically pleasant.
What's that
it
watch we
looks
had
like
on
a
the show the other
satellite.
day? It looks like a MB&F sort of thing. It looks.
Oh.
You know.
Well, hold on. That's kind of cool, actually.
It
I've
doesn't
never seen
fucking
this
do
before.
much. I'm not that.
You're a fan of Vacheron, though, aren't you, Ron?
That's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, I like funky shit too, like this.
That's pretty cool.
I just want to know how to
yeah.
tell the time. That's all I want to know.
I got to tell you guys, seriously, this hobby, it's not cheap. This is not a cheap hobby anymore.
No.
And Ron, what does your dad say? Did you say to him, why did you sell it? What does he say? What does your dad do for a job?
So he's a small business guy. But he just wasn't attached to it. It was just, again, it was like Doc said, it was just a tool, and the tool stopped working. So he said, fuck it, and got rid of it pretty much.
And got another one. And got
Exactly.
another one.
Yep.
And Rolex had probably gotten more expensive since he got the Air King. So he went and got a Tudor and move on in life.
Yeah.
How many years? Do you remember when he got it as a kid?
Oh, shit. He probably got it. He probably got it a little before I was born. So probably like 87, 88.
Wow.
Oh, okay. And the funny thing is 34 mil was that was the size. That was just the size. You know what I mean?
I still think a 34 millimeter Rolex looks fine, a vintage one. I have a big fucking wrist, and I think they look great.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck this,
You can put it on a bunch strap and it
was just an oyster. So it was an Air King. You said Air King.
A black Air King with stick indices, and it was just.
Who did he sell it to? A friend or somebody like that, or who?
No, the watchmaker. Because he had not serviced it from like 87 or 88 to 2004. It just
he sold it to the watchmaker.
Yeah, so I mean, he didn't service it though for what is that? 16, 17 years.
And he was wearing it every day. It was his regular watch.
Yep, every day.
His daily driver.
Strap.
And did your mom have a Rolex as well?
No, my mom never had a Rolex.
My favorite watch is my dad's 50-year-old Seiko that he gave me.
Wow.
That I had rebuilt, and I wear it all the time. It keeps better time than most of my other watches.
Big 6-inch, $5. Speaking of funky Gondolo Cabriolet on David SW for under 16,000. Thoughts? Funky Gondolo Cabriolet.
Is that the?
I don't know
So
what he's
maybe
talking about.
is that a Cartier or something?
Well, you had a gondola, didn't you? And was it this Cabriolet thing?
No, it wasn't a Cabriolet. That doesn't sing a bell.
I've
Just
never
have a
heard
look.
of that.
No, I haven't heard that. Jeez, he's got some. David SW's got some really. See, we don't have dealers like David SW. That's what pisses me off a bit. We don't. Oh, look at that! It opens up a Cabriolet. Look at that. It's a little bit smaller. It's a bit smaller, but it's still. Look at that. It's got that pocket there.
Oh, that's cool.
That is gorgeous.
It's very cool. It's very cool.
I got a soft spot for rectangle and square watches. I mean, I love the Reverso, and I love the square Cartiers. And
Santos, wicked watch.
I definitely will own one someday.
God, that's cool as fuck. I love this. I never knew this existed.
It's got a little hatch that opens up. It's kind of like a Reverso.
White gold and rose gold.
It's got a protective cover.
Yeah, it's pretty funky stuff. So, Ron, what's the go for you there? What do you're still working in the state system, or when do you go private?
I'm training wraps up 6 or 7 months.
Okay.
Will you be the next Fraser Crane?
No, I don't like normal people. Normal people are boring. I like really sick people.
That's where the money is.
I know, but they're fucking boring.
He also doesn't like listening.
No. No, I don't.
You need to counsel the rich and famous, then you make the real money. $3,000 a session. Cool.
Listening to their drivel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes. So would you believe in medication as well as
shock therapy?
Exactly.
Shock therapy actually works. I mean, for really, really like psychotically depressed people, it actually saves lives. So shock therapy actually works fantastically.
Yeah, that's
well
funny.
now.
That isn't
Yes,
it?
it
I had a
does.
friend of mine. His dad had shock therapy, and by the way, guys, just out of interest, there, this guy was actually, I think he's worth about $10 million, and he needed shock therapy. Can you believe that?
Yeah, man. I mean,
Guys,
people are really
guys,
ill. Like,
I'm going to leave you guys. I also need to
No
start a
worries,
show
Marcelo.
soon.
We love
So,
you. Take care, man.
love
You hang
guys
in
too.
there, man. See you tomorrow.
Enjoy it out there, man.
I gotta say, him walking through Tokyo is quite educational, I think.
It is. It's fascinating, man.
I thought Austin was interesting when he would do that too. I think Marcelo should focus more on Tokyo. Is just fascinating to see.
Oh, Tokyo is amazing, man.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
I like it when he walks around.
I think it can be lonely, but
All
you know
big
what I
cities are.
mean? All big cities are. Good point. Good point. Ron, the funny thing is that shock therapy, it does have amazing results, doesn't it?
I mean, for really sick, biologically, like psychotically depressed. I'm talking depressed where you think your organs are rotting. That level of sickness. It's and it's not. People are not awake. I mean, you're sedated. You're given muscle relaxants. So it's a very safe, calm process. So yeah, it's fascinating how it works.
I'm not sure it's calm.
We've come a long way since one
No, it
flew
is.
over the cuckoo's nest.
Yeah, it's not the violent zapping that everybody imagines.
No, but I'm just not sure I'd use the word calm.
How about deep sleep therapy, Ron?
I don't know what that is.
Hypnosis?
Edibles?
No, we had a psychiatric hospital in Australia called Chelmsford.
I think they were
They-
talking you into it by calling it deep sleep therapy.
No, they put you to sleep for several weeks at a time. And
Oh shoot!
Oh, geez.
yeah,
I
there's
think
actually
that's
a
an
big,
induced.
there was a royal commission into it because there was a bit of a scandal. But
Wake up
it's
with
coma.
atrophy.
At least in this country, they call it an induced coma.
Yeah, exactly.
John
You
Galt,
wake up with
$5.
atrophy. Won't be able to
Ron,
walk.
the dink, if Marcelo went through with shock therapy, would his bird feel it?
His bird probably wouldn't recognize him anymore. And his bird would abandon him.
We have some funny folks.
So Ron, tell me this. You've seen a lot of crazy people. What's the key ingredients to happiness then?
I don't know. I'm not in the happiness business. I always tell my patients the opposite of depression is not being depressed. It's not happiness. Happiness is that's talk to your priest. I have no idea about happiness.
I happiness I find in my family and my friends and knowing that I have a loving family, and I do gain great happiness from that. And
Go ahead, Mike.
That's just from the core. I mean that's what really brings, and having decent health. Those are the core things that really, that's where happiness has to start. If you don't have those things, you're starting at a disadvantage.
Speaking as a chiropractor, my impression is that the opposite of depression is mania.
Actually, not true, Doc. You can have mania with anxiety and irritability and agitation. It's not always euphoria. So wrong, sir.
Yeah, I have panic attacks.
So you can be manic and depressed simultaneously, rather than simply
absolutely.
being either manic or depressed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've been dual diagnosed at times many years ago.
But classically, I thought there were phases in your manic depression diagnosis.
There is, but I mean, mixed episodes are very common.
You said something interesting, Ron, the other day. You said that just because you're unhappy doesn't mean. What did you say there? Because I said, you could have with depression. There's reactional depression. You said just because you're unhappy doesn't mean you're depressed.
Right. I mean, depression is a medical syndrome. Unhappiness is usually, if you're unhappy, it's a healthy response to circumstances that are shitty.
You were talking earlier about marriage and divorce, and at least in this country, 75% approximately of divorces are filed by women who are unhappy. They're not depressed, they're simply unhappy.
Yeah, being unhappy is not a mental illness per se.
I think that's kind of a standard for American women. I mean, they want everything out of their one man, and they can't have it, so they're perpetually unhappy.
I'll say that the most unhappy people I've come across are men in their 60s who are estranged from families, divorced, no sense of purpose, no significant other.
Angry old man.
Yeah,
you've been spying on me there, Ron the Shrink.
I said 60, Doc.
And
okay.
No hobbies, Ron. No hobbies. Are hobbies important?
I think hobbies are super important.
They're important, but they're not.
Is pornography a hobby?
Is what?
Pornography a hobby?
You can't just have.
It can
hobbies
be, I guess.
So what do you classify as a hobby then, Ron? Do you say to patients, "Hey, do you need a hobby?"
I mean, you have people who are retired and only have hobbies and they're miserable. Nixon actually, there was a moment in the Frost-Nixon interview where Nixon said the unhappiest people are the retired rich people and with no sense of purpose, no struggle, and I think there's some truth to that. I think there has to be
retired rich people.
You need to say it using Nixon's voice, Ron.
Oh, I won't even attempt. Go ahead, Doc. You can do it.
The unhappiest people are those who are retired and rich.
What did he say? Well,
can we pull that video up, actually? Or will we get flagged?
It's too hard.
The Frost-Nixon interview?
Just type in Nixon meaning of life.
Is ABC still here? He can do a Frost.
Now, Mr. President, what do you think is the worst possible outcome for rich retired people?
Well, I gotta tell you, David, the most unhappy people are the filthy rich with nothing else to do in their life and no purpose at all.
I thought Nixon would be a bit more animated like this.
People, the average person, and I understand this.
This is the older Nixon.
None of us should. We all think we're a little smarter than we are. But you feel that, well, gee, isn't it just great to have enough money to afford to live in a very nice house and to be able to play golf and to have nice parties and to wear good clothes and shoes and suits, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, or travel if you want to? And the answer is, if you don't have those things, then they can mean a great deal to you. When you do have them, they mean nothing.
So what did you think of that,
Anyway,
guys?
interesting.
You just described my dad.
I thought Nixon was one of the best presidents they ever had.
Well, he was actually.
Might have been.
And to a large extent, Watergate was overblown, and he was kind of set up on that. He made his own mistake and not simply apologize.
LBJ was far worse a president than Nixon ever was.
One of the worst ever, probably. Maybe the worst ever.
And the funny thing is, Kennedy actually said if he wasn't running for president, he would vote for Nixon.
Well, in the 60s and the 50s, the party, Democrat, Republican, and they weren't that far separated. So you could say something like that and mean it. It's a vastly different, at least in this country, it's vastly different now.
Yeah, we've had other presidents do worse than what Nixon did.
I think Nixon was, he was a very sharp guy too, and hated Kennedy primarily because Kennedy came from money and Nixon didn't. Nixon actually got into Harvard, and he couldn't afford to go, so he always harbored a
grudge.
A
He
grudge
was a Quaker.
against
He was a Quaker, wasn't he?
He was a Quaker.
Was he a Quaker?
Yes, he was.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Now,
Is
was
there
he
any
a devout
significance of being
Quaker?
a Quaker? Quakers oats. They make oats, don't they?
They make a hell of a note.
You know, it's funny. You hear him talk, and then you see what we have. And I don't want to get political, but it's this is one of the strangest administrations I've ever seen. It's you know, even with Obama, I know a lot of people didn't like Obama, but nobody questioned whether his mind was working or not. So I don't know what's going on in this country. It's very strange time.
It's that intense cognitive dissonance, probably on both sides, but certainly I see it on that side. And you know, I have friends who absolutely refuse to see any cognitive decline whatsoever in Biden. Just refuse to see it. And if I bring it up, they'll say, well, Trump was exactly the same, which makes no sense. I mean, hate or love Trump, whatever, you can't say that Biden's babbling is the same as Trump. He was not babbling. He might have said things you don't like, but he wasn't babbling.
Yeah.
He was a bit deluded.
There.
You could say he was a bit delusional, but
okay,
yeah.
You could even say that if you don't like Trump and you say he's delusional, fine. But his statements were complete. They were sentences, right? And they made sense.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to say,
true international depression. What's that? What is that? What the fuck does that mean? I don't know.
I don't know what to say, guys. Ronnie, I'm very proud of you. You brought up Nixon as the meaning of life. That's who we should turn to.
That was a surprise. I don't think any of us saw that coming.
I mean, that was a hell of a video, wasn't it? He's right.
Yeah, that was impressive. It had us all silenced.
And the thing is, I thought I'd seen the Frost Nixon interview, but clearly I wasn't paying attention. And I didn't
Nixon
remember
was
that
a
part
very
of it.
sharp guy. Very, very smart.
Very clever guy. He was a bit of a wife beater, wasn't he?
No, the opposite. Actually, here's how very, very fascinating relationship with his wife. He was obsessed with his wife in his teen years and was so obsessed with her, he actually drove her around while she was on a date with another guy. That's how obsessed he was with her.
I just wanted her to be happy.
Wow.
So some would call him a bit of a cuck in his earlier years.
Why and how did that work out? I never heard that story.
Yeah, he had a very his romantic life was very strange, very not like his public persona of cold.
I was just in the threesomes. That's all. Just threesomes. It's
a handsome fella.
So what happened then? He married her. Then how did he managed to turn that around into marrying her?
Yeah, somehow. I don't know how. I just bought an audiobook of a biography of Nixon. I haven't started it yet. It's kind of in the queue, but fascinating guy. Oh,
I initially proposed to the guy, and that scared him away. So I had her all to myself.
Yeah, it's not even a Democrat or Republican thing. It's just even Jimmy Carter, who I do not think did a good job. No one ever.
Jimmy Carter did a fantastic job as a statesman afterwards.
Right. But no one questioned his mind working. You know what? Like the 3 pounds of jelly inside of his skull. Everyone knew that was working. And the fact that we don't know that it's working now is I don't know what's going on. I've never seen anything like this before.
Again, it's the cognitive dissonance. The people who don't know refuse to see. They refuse to look.
Hello, everybody. How's life?
Hey, Jero Pow.
Hello.
It's Saturday morning.
Hey, here's a statistic for you. Did you know Vladimir Putin was a taxi driver.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
and
that just came out.
I did not know that.
In his 20s or something. Yes, my father, by the way, also. You know why? Because the cars was so rare that time.
Yeah.
In the 70s, if you had a car, you would automatically be like you were superior. You're in the Forbes, okay?
Yes.
It's like having
His
a
mum,
Platona.
his mum won a car in a state lottery. In case you wondered where he got his car from.
Is there something wrong with me that I can't quite hate him? I can't quite hate Putin. Is something wrong with me?
Putin is very much respected. He's a respected guy.
He doesn't seem to be on the cognitive decline.
Kind of an ego.
Just ask the Ukrainians what they think of Putin. Just ask the Ukrainians.
I wouldn't say he's a nice guy.
I didn't say that. I just said I can't say that I hate him.
Do you know how long you have to have waited for a car at that time, communist time?
20 years, isn't it?
Approximately 20 years or something, exactly. So if you had a car, as I tell you, in the word language, it's like you're having a Platona from retail.
Yeah. Well, you know, the joke is there, you put your order in, it's a 20-year wait, right? And they say to you, your car will be ready in 2041. And they say to you, it'll be the 20th of December, right?
Wow.
Yes.
And the guy goes, hang on a minute there. I can't do the 20th. Can we do the 21st? And he goes, why? Why can't you do? This is 20 years' time. How could you not be available in 20 years' time? He goes, well, I can't because the plumber's coming. Communism for you. Guys, I'm going to wrap this show up. It's been a great show.
It has
there is a joke.
A lot of fun.
There is Arch. Let me tell you a joke.
A lot of fun.
There was a joke.
A
quick joke. I heard it from Milton Friedman. You know Milton Friedman, the Nobel Prize economist, exactly. And two people meet, and the other guy ask the other guy, "Do you know the difference between communism and capitalism?" No, I tell you, in capitalism, man exploit man, and in communism, it's vice versa.
I think that's pretty good.
It's good. It's good.
It's very cool.
Archie,
Guys, we'll be back tomorrow.
Hey, before we leave,
$2.80. Giro, who is Tata Tots?
I don't know. She's very crazy about me, but I don't know her. Let's find out.
Is it a girl?
Let's find out.
I hope so. She's a girl. I hope she's a girl.
Okay, guys.
Hey, guys.
Upvote on your way out.
Upvote,
Upvote, guys.
See you.
Thumb up. Upvote. See you later.
all right.